The time is now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We are live here right now. I know it's a bit early, but it is what it is. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris, the American Magpie. For right now, by myself until the lads come on. Of course, they're set to come on later on today. But I was bored, and I had time. And I thought, why not go live? It is what it is, isn't it? Go live, have a good time, interact with the chat. That's always good. It's always good to interact with all of you out there in viewer land. Smash the like button, though. We definitely need you to do that right now. Hit the like button and help us support the channel, of course. Again, it's a bit of an early one, but as I was saying, I had time. It is what it is. I'm bored. Hopefully that means we get off early as well. Maybe. Hopefully. But the lads will be on later on tonight. No worries about it. Probably 9:30 is when I told them. But we'll see what happens there. But smash the like button, folks. Let's see. We got a lot of stories actually. Mr. Connor, our main guy to give us news, have been sending me stuff left and right today. Stuff to talk about, stuff to mention, and I want to know your opinion on all of this, of course. And again, as I said, once we get the lads coming on later on tonight, we will share the topics of discussions with them, and they can let us know what they think. So it's going to be interesting to get their thoughts. Of course, a lot of things going on. The NUFC Trust coming out with a few things here about they demanding answers. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to Gavin. Looking well, Chris. There you go. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much indeed. So doing proper. Jim Bob in the chat as well. Thank you very much, mate. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna turn my feed off. It's gonna be a bit of an informal chat in the beginning because obviously, again, I haven't prepared really. I mean, I got the news here and I've been out all day, but we got Newcastle United to talk about. That's always a thing. So, of course, let us know what you think. Any questions, any topics that you want to bring up, let me know in the comment section down below, and we shall get to it. Eddie Howe's presser today, I actually didn't watch the whole thing. As you know, if you were tuning in from the presser earlier on today, in the morning in the UK, extremely early in the United States. I think Kevin may have been live at the time in the chat, and that's crazy because that would have been 3 in the morning. It was 3 in the morning for me, let alone him probably in Florida. It could be about the same time probably, but super early. But maybe if they're in the East Coast, it might have been 4 in the morning. Still early though. But regardless, the feed was interrupted. It stopped. So we really couldn't finish the whole presser, but obviously, I could watch it on the YouTube channel of Newcastle's YouTube channel, but I didn't have enough time. So I haven't watched it actually. Maybe that should be something that we can finish and watch, that would be interesting because we didn't finish, and we can kind of dissect it and go point by point. Wouldn't that be nice to do right now? Actually, we got a lot of time to do that if we could. Ian says, what happened with the live feed from Eddie? I have no clue. I don't have a clue. The club just, somebody pressed the wrong button. So the Mighty Win was in charge. So there you go. That's what happened really. So not sure, not 100% sure what happened there. But we do got the presser now. Let me see here. Newcastle United. So we can go and see. Andy says, news is Joanne did not need surgery, back after international break. Yeah, I did get that part. From Eddie. Here's the thing. I don't think there's a doubt that that Wissa won't go with Congo. I think that. I mean, listen, the player can't really say I'm not going to go. Well, he could, but he knows that he'll be sanctioned. He'll be, well, you guys use the word sanction in a different way, but we use sanction as in there's going to be consequences to it. So he couldn't just do that. But these types of deals have happened before, to where the club simply, asks the player, "Can you hold off? Can you talk to your manager, to your team?" And then Wissa will talk to his manager and say, "Listen, I'm recuperated. I'm not ready. So can I just not go and travel? Go through all of that for no reason, really. I want to recuperate and be better for the African Cup of Nations." I think that's going to be a conversation that they will have in a civil manner, and they will certainly make it happen to where Wissa doesn't go to Congo. Harpo says, "Lone stream, Chris." No, well, I am kind of lone, yeah, right now, because we weren't set up to go live this early. But I thought, I got time. I ain't got nothing going on. Let me hit the live button and we'll chat with you guys and see what happens. Of course, the lads will be coming on later on tonight, and this is going to be a long stream, really. So very, very long stream. So hit the like button. Come on, folks, help us out. Hit the like button, and I'll tell Mighty Win if the lads can come on at 9. That'll be lovely. And so we shall see there. And then whenever they get on, they can get on, of course. I don't know what Mighty Win is doing, really. But if he's listening, you want to get on, get on. I mean, it's a free fall. Anybody can join. But regardless, I think that's what's going to happen with Wissa. It's a travesty that we're not able to have him play for us. That's it is what it is, But I mean, what else can you do? I mean, there's no point to keep dwelling on the Wissa situation. He's our player now. Obviously, we'll get to enjoy him in less than a month, really. I mean, international break is just around the corner. By the way, let me see. Peru. Who did Peru play? Let me just go to England. England national team. Can go to America. I need to start doing American football games. But we're knackered as well. But let me go. England versus Wales. That's a game that we're gonna have on this channel, by the way, as well as Latvia versus England. So stay tuned. This channel will bring it to you live. That's gonna be October 9th. So I mean, you got about 2 weeks, probably. About 2 weeks. I'm just, kind of doing random math here and there for him to come back, for him to be ready to come back, obviously. Or did he say after the international break? Andy says after the international break. Well, there you go. I mean, that might be what's going on. But I don't know. So that's going to be longer then. Because the Latvia game is going to be October 14th. Assuming he gets back, that's going to be, probably on a Tuesday or something. I already know how these international games fall. Let me see, October 14th. Yeah, that's going to be exactly on a Tuesday. So we'll play that weekend. So he could be ready for that weekend, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So yeah, that's the situation. But we got Voltemara. That's what we got to work with, and William Osula. Unfortunately, that's what we have, and we're gonna have to make do. And that's why I call upon the manager to stop making those simple mistakes, easy mistakes, and just get on with it and do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. I mean, play the best players. Play the best players available. Be smart with their rotation. Rotate against Bradford. Don't rotate against Bournemouth. It makes no sense. And yes, if because I said, people can say, well, you said rotate Voltemata for Bournemouth, because I did. I said play him against Barcelona, rotate him against Bournemouth if you need to, but you didn't rotate against Barcelona. We had although we didn't start with Voltemata, that was a mistake because that's the most important game. And then after that game is over, then the most important game becomes Bournemouth. Out of if you have to put the Bradford and Bradford City versus Bournemouth, who is more important? What game is more important? Obviously, the one against Bournemouth. And rest players against Bradford. We've gone on this, left and right already, and it is what it is. Tim Krul retirement. Is it? That's interesting. Interesting there. Well, happy retirement, Tim Krul. Used to be a goalkeeper for Newcastle United. Good goalkeeper, really. He's not a legend or anything by any means, but I like Krul. Really good goalkeeper to say the least. That's what I'm saying, Chris. Is Harpo people wetting themselves in another channel over playing Bradford because they're a top League One, and we should show respect. There is levels to this, man. There's levels to this. Nobody, you have never, I'm speaking for myself, obviously, but you have never heard me say we should, or Bradford City or a scum team, or they're a horrible team, or they're a poor side, or they're good. None of that. But there are levels to this. And Newcastle United is favorites 9 times out of 10. And 9 times out of 10, we should beat them. Plain and simple. Things can happen the other way, clearly. It has happened before. But the reason why they make the news, the reason why it makes the tabloids, the reason why everybody makes fun of Man United, the reason why all of that happens is because it doesn't happen that often. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't get beaten. Now, if you're going to use Man United to that, obviously, they almost got beaten by Wimbledon, I remember last season, I think. So they're a rubbish club. But really, any proper club, they are, 9 times out of 10, you beat them. And there's levels to this. And we're not talking about, I don't know, Forest play against us and, they can easily beat us. Forest can beat us. So Premier League teams a little bit different, although some championship teams like Burnley come up and, Ipswich have come up, and we're still favorites, but they're Premier League teams, so you got to prepare a little bit better. But at the end of the day, there's levels to this. It's not being arrogant. It's not expecting to win, but you should beat them. It is what it is. That doesn't mean that you're going to play, 11 players from the reserves and, and disrespect them like that. That's not the case whatsoever. But if you have to pick your poison, if you have to pick what game you rest players on, it's going to be against Bradford City, whether we like to admit it or not. Let me see. Here's some comments here. Connor, Harry Kane has a release clause in his contract of £57 million, which becomes active if he asks to leave, and that means he loses his loyalty bonus. Maybe this is the way forward. Well, he can't do it now, can he? Can't do it now. The window's not open. Unless the club releases him as a free agent, and that could happen, and in that way you can sign him as a free agent. So that's a possibility. But is Harry Kane going to do all of that for Newcastle? I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, he's, I don't see it at all. For him to do all of that, it's kind of unheard of anyway for any player to do that. It really is kind of unheard of for any player to do that, and I don't think Harry Kane would do that for Newcastle. I mean, we tend to think we are the center of attention sometimes, but for us we are. But for the rest of the, for Harry Kane, I don't think he would do that in order to leave Bayern. I don't think he's not happy at Bayern Munich, by the way. Who wouldn't be? I mean, anybody would love to be at Bayern. But maybe if it was Real Madrid or something, maybe he'd want to make that move. Why the early 8 o'clock stream, says Jolinton? Well, it is what it is, man. We just hit the like button. We feel like it, and we get it done. And thankfully enough, you guys come on and have a chat with me. So the panelists will come on later on tonight. Don't forget, we got a long stream. We're gonna go a long way tonight, man. We're gonna go a long way. So stay tuned. Smash the like button. A lot of you are not hitting the like button. Come on. I gotta put the poll there to remind you. Please help us by clicking the like button. And don't forget to do that. Connor, thanks for all the news, man. I've been seeing all those news, and good stuff. We're gonna get through them, of course. You mentioned that speaking on the BBC 606, Chris Sutton has been analyzing the worst dives of the week as part of a simulation game, and he picked out Nick Voltemade as one of this week's worst offenders after his dive against Bournemouth at the weekend. So again, that you get into the point, it's all subjective. It's all subjective. If you see, if the referee feels in a game that's going really fast, if he feels that the fall is exaggerated, unfortunately, you're never going to get those calls. And quite honestly, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because, if it looks like somebody's trying to deceive you, then you're not going to fall for it. Or you're going to do double the work to not fall for it. Do I think it was a penalty? I do, yeah. The penalty is when he gets his shirt pulled. Also in Voltemade's defense, if he doesn't go to the ground, he will never get that call. He will never get that goal. So it's that happy medium that unfortunately doesn't exist in football when it comes to referees as well. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And, at the end of the day, we're going to get over this and, nobody's going to talk about it anymore. But it is, if it would have gone a different way against us, I think people would have an issue with that. I think people would. I think Newcastle United fans would be really angry about it, and that's. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them, to say the least. So, by the way, we're gonna set up. Let me see. We're gonna set up. I just saw something here on YouTube. Help us out to reach this goal. Maybe it'll help incentivize people to donate if you can do it. I'm not begging, I'm not asking for anything, but if you can donate via Super Chat, that helps us a lot to get going, helps us to fund the channel, helps us to, also pay the guys whatever we receive. A percentage goes to the guys as well, to the panelists that come on from time to time. And so, obviously if they've been here for a long time. So we're going to set up a goal in the next 2 hours. We need to get 10 super chats. 10 super chats. That's the goal right there. It comes from the slowest as you can to the highest as you can get. There you go. 10 super chats. If you can do that, help us out there. So he saw somebody looking like Mighty Win. I don't know where Mighty Win's at. Could be at home, probably falling asleep. I guarantee you he's at home not doing it. You want me to bother Mighty Win? I'm going to bother him, right? You know what? I used to have my little thing here where I could, let me see. There you go. It's a private call. He doesn't know we're live.
Hello?
Hey, man, where you at?
I'm at home.
What are you doing at home?
What am I doing at home? I'm watching Liverpool Southampton.
Liverpool Southampton, man. Are you a Liverpool fan now? Fucking hell, man. All right. Well.
Football, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then. Well, it is what it is, man. Have fun. I was wondering if you were free or something to do something.
What, sorry?
I was wondering if you were free to help me out. I need a favor.
Yeah, I am. I'm just sitting watching the telly.
Have you eaten anything yet?
I'll be eating when we're finished tonight.
What are you going to eat?
Seafood linguine.
Man, you eat the same thing every day, man.
That's the first time I've had seafood linguine for a week.
Be honest. How often do you freeze your food? Be honest.
This is the last portion from the batch that I made a fortnight ago.
Damn, man. I feel bad for you, man. You get to freeze your food. You eat the same thing every day. You live,
What are you talking about? I never eat the same thing every day.
How many beers have you drank today? How many
beers?
How many pints?
I haven't had any pints today.
You have not drank today?
No.
Fucking hell, man. That is a miracle. I don't believe that.
Fucking he's just fucking cocked up again.
He's cocked up. All right. Well, if
18 minutes and he's had 2 touches.
Look, if you can come on the Tuesday late night studio, I need help with one of the scenes. I want to test your mic. If you got time.
Okay.
But make sure you got your shirt on, man. I don't want to see you naked. All right, bro. He ain't even got a clue, man. He ain't got a clue. But I guess Liverpool playing. That's interesting. It's football, isn't it? As he said. I need to put that on, actually. That would be interesting to see what the Carabao Cup is. How's it going in the Carabao Cup? But actually, I wanted to do this presser here because I didn't finish watching it. I didn't finish watching it at all. So it would be lovely to see what we can what Eddie Howe said during the presser after, because we only got literally 5-6 minutes. 5-6 minutes of the presser, and then it just disappeared. So we didn't get the whole deal here. So I thought the show was at 9:30. It is Roger Cook. It is, brother. But it is going to be. No worry. The panelists are coming. If Mighty Win did his job, but we're just live, man. We're just vibing. Having a good time, enjoying the conversation with the lads. Connor says the Rat is playing with Liverpool reserves. Well, I'm assuming he's going to be getting ready. Match fit. They're playing Southampton right now. Let me see here. They're playing Southampton. There you go. Interesting to say the least. They look like they're playing against Sweden. But he should be able to score. That's probably what the main plan is, getting him match fit, and of course, if he can score a couple of goals, that's going to be his what he would like to do, probably more than likely. So yeah, as far as I thought you sent me more stuff, Connor. It says, according to The Athletic, it says, Connor sent me this earlier, Newcastle are now in talks to offer a new contract to Sven Botman. What? The Athletic add that the 25-year-old is always frustrated when he is not starting, which has been a regular theme this season. His second start of the season came on Sunday with Botman impressing against Bournemouth. It is not known whether Botman will sign a new deal due to his limited game time this season, with Dan Burn being Howe's preferred choice. Well, that is something to think about right there and something to talk about. That's interesting. Good stuff there, Connor. First of all, Botman is in no place. May want to go there between Barnsley and Brighton. That super goal there by Brighton. Who's that scored that super goal, man? Unbelievable. I don't care who you're playing against. You score that. That's a proper goal, that. But Botman wants... What's going on here? Botman is in no place. He cannot... Oh, be careful here with the Rat. But he's in no place to demand a new... First of all, he's in no place to demand a new contract. Second of all, he's in no place to demand really a starting role with Newcastle, because he's never been reliable enough. He is injury prone. I know he doesn't like influencers, YouTubers, or anybody else calling him injury prone, but he is injury prone. There's no doubt about it. You got to call a spade a spade. So he really isn't in a position to say, I want to start, or I'm upset because I'm not getting game time. You're not getting game time because you're not fit to play. That's why you're not getting any game time. So what's up, Win? I'm over here practicing my speech for later tonight's show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I thought, shit, fuck me, are we on air here or what? Well, we've got loads of comments.
Nah, those are from earlier. Those are from the last week. That's from last week's with Tuesday show. So what you been up to, man? Are you finding around?
No, I've been to the doctors and I've been doing some.
You got your. They put the glove on. You're used to that by now. You've done a couple of those.
I've got a bit of. This is not for public
No, wait,
consumption.
hold on. Hey, don't say nothing, man. Don't say nothing. We are live. We are live. We are live. Fucking hell. We are live, man. Before you say anything crazy, I can't play with this dude.
What are we doing live?
We're live, man. We're having a conversation with the folks. Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, I've told everybody to come for 9:30.
That's fine. We'll be going live all the way through, man. Ni bother, man.
This is
Don't
recording.
stress, man. No, it's not recording. Well, it's not recording. We're live. Hey, put your fingers up. Give us a thumbs up in the chat if this is live.
Well, Roger's supposed to be on tonight.
Oh, he is. That's good. I love Leroy Roger. We'll see you later, man. No worries. Hey, we just listen. I had free time. And I thought, just hit the button, man. Sometimes you just got to do it, Win. You just got to do it, man. Yeah, we're chatting it up. We're bantering. And the panel will show up later on tonight. There you go. See Key88, Connor, Jim Bob, everybody. Before I had to stop you because I felt like you were going dark with what you were going to tell me. So I had to stop you there for a second, man. We don't want.
It's kind of going to be dark. I mean, it's not. I figure I'm having a bit more target issues.
Oh, no. Oh,
Proves that we're wangers.
Oh my God, he's having mad target issues, man. Why you talk too much, man? You talk way too much. You don't have to tell everybody everything, man. Fucking hell, man. So you got a little bit of a jock itch.
No, it's not me jock. It's on me legs. I'm just keep on coming up, going little. I thought there were a couple of bites from when I was away, but they just keep on coming back and moving around and coming back and moving around.
Oh well, that's good. Too much time in Chinatown, man. They giving you something. They gave you something,
they've
man.
tried a couple of potions that haven't worked, but
potions. What the hell? You going to see a witch or what, man? What the hell?
Well, yeah, the witch
potion.
queen in New Orleans.
A little chuff down there. you gotta put cornstarch down there, mate. It'll dry it up. It's an ancient Peruvian
it's like
medicine.
I say, it's on me coughs.
Whoa!
Potty.
I thought you were about to say something else. It's on me. Oh my goodness, man. Hey man, we've been talking about we've been chatting it up, and so according to The Athletic, Newcastle are now in talks to offer Sven Botman a new contract. The Athletic adds that 25-year-old is always frustrated with when he is not starting, which has been a regular theme this season. His second start of the season came Sunday. He's supposedly impressed against Bournemouth. It is not known whether he'll sign a new deal due to his limited game time this season, with Burn being Howe's preferred choice. So I was telling the guys, he's in no place to be demanding anything. Not even a new contract, quite honestly. So because I think we got to worry about Tonali.
He's on 112k at the minute, and for the
that's a lot, man.
And for the amount of games that he's played, and the amount of weeks he's been paid that 112 for doing sod all, I think he wants to wind his neck in a bit. And would I be distraught if we sold Botman? No, I wouldn't. Because despite what everybody else says about him being a Rolls Royce and all this, I've never been that. He's quality. He's quality. He is quality. But he's not top of the tree. And he's certainly not better. He's not playing any better than Burn is at the minute.
Well, he doesn't. He's not getting the game time. So.
Burn's getting picked for England. He can't get picked for Holland. And that tells you something. Okay, it may not be pure ability for Holland. It could be because he's not getting the exposure because he isn't playing. But the main reason he isn't playing isn't because he's been kept out of the team by Burn. It's because he's not fit. The best ability, availability, and he has been unavailable far too many times since we signed him. We had the episode when he decided he didn't want to go for his operation. The club said you should have enough, and he decided against it, resulting in a much longer layoff than may otherwise have occurred. So no, I don't think he's got a leg to stand on at the minute.
Well, not even. I'm saying not even get a new contract.
But he hasn't got a leg to stand on. That's a trouble.
Well, yeah, no pun intended.
No pun intended. There you go. No, that was a no pun intended.
But it's crazy when things like this come up. I hate that I don't even care about the subject in hand. I worry about why we're offering him a contract, wasting energy and time with him instead of giving Tonali all the money in the world for the next 20 years.
Tonali is another one who, he's got a lot to be thankful for.
Here we go. Now we're gonna see. We started good, and now we're going down the gutter, man. Listen. First of all, Notorious says
to see Tonali go, I'd be devastated.
So he needs a new contract. We know who the talented player is, man. Let's not find him around. We know what you can say all you want to, but Tonali, without him, we are proper knackered. And Notorious here's. I'm glad you did go live, Chris. The way you panicked with the bleeps about what Win was going to say was hilarious. Exactly, man. Because he was going to say something, very explicit to say the least. But he still said it. He's got an issue there. He's got a bit of a niche. He went to Bristol, he went to Hunt over there.
Went to see a specialist.
He must have caught something for this. Yeah, man. What's going on in Newcastle? You got to go see a specialist for a jock itch.
It's not jock itch. It's a skin disorder.
But both legends is Notorious. Hit the like button, folks. Come on. Hit the like button. I know it was unexpected. Burgos here says Rolls Royce stays in the garage, brother. Exactly. Rolls Royce ain't really Rolls Royce.
So he is a proper Rolls Royce. Just spot on there, kid.
It's not
stays in the garage.
It's just not sustainable.
I like that.
It's just not sustainable.
Where have you been hiding, son? Because that is quality.
That's proper like.
I will be using that.
Just like you've been using my phrases, man.
If you don't, that's something new I've learned today there, you see. And like I always say, if you don't learn something new, it's a day wasted. You
can't count on luck, but luck counts. I told you, man.
That's right. Belter. and what was it Gary? No, it wasn't Gary. Who was it again?
Gary Mon. Gary Mon did come up with a good one.
Was he?
I can't remember really.
Pride is a waste of energy,
of human emotion or something like that.
Waste of emotions. I wrote it down. Actually.
Something like that.
I will find it. It was transferred there. Wasn't it?
Actually, what we can do is we can finish reacting to the. Yeah, it is live, Michael Mick. It is live, man. By the way, you guys complain about because we've been doing these reruns.
Pride is a wasted emotion.
Whoa, the freaking thunder is roaring outside. But it's not original, says Roger, though. But people complain that we put the replay. Some people complain that we put the replay. Some people say that it's wonderful because we get to put those so people in other time zones can enjoy it. You got the. There we go. We got Marco here.
Hello, Marco.
Which Marco is like my double. It's like I got the baby filter.
Hello,
on.
Bunny Lad.
His nickname is Bunny Lad. Hey, say something. Say something, man. Exactly. Well, sometimes we put those replays. The people like those replays, so it is what it is.
Hey, Marco.
I complain, says Joe Linton. But we need to go. I told Mighty Wayne we need to start going from 8 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. A 4-hour show, man. Well, that's 3, isn't it? A 3-hour show.
You never were very good at maths.
Or all the way till midnight, 4 hours, proper news. Ain't that right, Marco? When he grows up, he's gonna help host. You know, he's gonna be a proper Toon fan right now. I got the black and white stripes, the other way around, but it is what it is. How about we finish? Do you watch the presser this morning from us? You know, the feed went dead.
I watched I watched that in the waiting room.
And on
the bus on the way, I thought I might just about make it back in time, but with it being a curtailed presser, it didn't happen.
Well, the feed went on, but I think we should rewatch it because I actually haven't finished it. So we're doing it right now. Let's play and take a listen. We'll pause it, you know, waste time over here, see what Eddie Howe had to say because it was finished around the 6th minute or so. We talked about Wissa, Voltamare and all of that in those short minutes, but after that, I don't know really what else he said. So let us see. If you got something to say, just tell me to pause it.
Team, we didn't function particularly well in the attacking half. There's no denying that. We weren't creating chances for him, and to a degree, sometimes as a centre forward, as I said after the game, you are reliant on that service, and we didn't provide him with enough. And the team has to take responsibility for that. We have to take responsibility for that and try and work and put that right. But as I said a second ago, I see no reason why we won't score goals.
Yeah, and I guess you expect the rest of the players to chip in with goals as well.
It's up to everybody to chip in with goals, and historically we've done that really well. Our defenders last year and the season before are regular goal scorers.
Oh, hold on, I got to stop that. Historically, we've done that very well. Since when? Since when have we really?
Not since 22-23.
So what are we doing here? So
Mickey got 11, J7 got 8, Callum Wilson got 18, and Isaac got 11. That was in 2022-23.
Yeah.
And that was when we also had the best defence in the league, by the way. So you can't tell me that the two are self-exclusive, which is what somebody was trying to say to me yesterday.
Well, but attacking has. I don't know that the defending has anything to do with the attacking, though, man. I think you're
that's a point I'm making. That you know you can have a good defence and still have goals coming from multiple sources.
Yeah, but I don't think that you need to have a good defense to have a good attack. Is that what you're saying? That you need to have.
You need to have a good defense to win games.
True, it depends how you look at it. I mean, if some people will say,
if you have a mediocre attack that's only scoring a goal a game, but you have a watertight defense that's not conceding any, you're going to win games. And every great team has been built from the back. Every great team.
But what happened to what worked last
normally
season?
starting with a goalkeeper.
Well, but obviously
because most great teams have had excellent goalkeepers.
But obviously
I'm going to be really interested because Ramsdale has got to start tomorrow, surely.
Marcos is 3 seasons ago, so Eddie's talking shite. Well, clearly on this part where he's saying, yeah, historically we've been a good scoring team. That's not true, man. Last season was really a lot of Isaac. I can't really remember. Tonali scored a lot of great goals, but a couple.
He didn't score
not
a
a
lot.
lot.
I think he
didn't score a lot, but he scored really
5.
He scored great goals, which is that's pretty good though for a midfielder, especially.
I don't think it's good.
But the fact of the matter is that Tonali is a he's a 6-man right now.
When Drogba was scoring hatfuls, Frank Lampard was scoring hatfuls as well.
Yeah, but they're not playing in the same area though, man. You know.
Well, no, exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, but
they're
that's
not
due
playing
to
in the same area.
That's due to Lampard was a 10. It was usually right behind Drogba. So Tonali is way far behind. He can't really. He's got other worries.
Lampard wasn't a 10. Lampard was far from a 10.
Well, he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing a 6 like Tonali. I know that. They had Michael Essien. They had all those guys staying back.
They had Kanté in the 6.
Not with Lampard, man. Kanté didn't play with Lampard. Wake up, Mighty Win.
Well, if it wasn't Lampard, then it must have been the kid that went to Madrid,
I mean-
Makelele.
No, Kante didn't play with no Makelele, man. Kante he's still playing.
What
are you talking about?
Kante played with Lampard.
No, man. No. They're talking, you got to go way back in time with Michael Essien, Obi Mikel, or Obi Michael. Those guys. That's back in the golden era for Chelsea.
Drogba was 2000. He played for. Last time we played Marseille, Drogba played us single-handed and beat us. And that was that was under Robson 2003, maybe.
Yeah, but that's probably before he went to Chelsea.
That was before exactly. That was before he went to Chelsea.
Yeah, but Kante's a new guy, man. Kante is this generation. He's not old, man. Kante's still playing in Saudi Arabia, man. I'm pretty sure. Kante is one of the N'Golo Kante, French international, won the World Cup not too long ago. Oh wait, man, what's wrong with you? He's 34. He was born in 91, man. No, it's let me see it right here. It's plain and simple. He he played at Chelsea from 16 to 23. So there you go. It could have been a probably no. I don't even think so. I think Frank Lampard went to the United States to play in 2013, maybe. So no way they played with each other. But regardless, Lampard wasn't a defensive midfielder like what Tonali is being asked to play. So he's not going to score a lot of goals. You would assume that Bruno would be able to score some goals. But let's keep listening to Eddie Howe.
That's set plays, open play. We're looking for sources of goals from everywhere. We can't be reliant on any one department. Certainly the creativity of the team, the midfield, the wide areas has been really strong for us. Our fullbacks have been some of our best attackers in recent seasons, and that has to be the case again.
And just finally from me on you, and apologies if you were asked this at the weekend and I've missed it, but what is his situation in terms of his recovery? Is he had to have an operation, or is it a treatment plan? Is he here, or is that happening elsewhere?
No, he's here.
He's going on about Wissa.
Treatment, no operation needed. I think we're looking the other side of the international break. We hope he can be fit and available for that first game.
Okay, thanks, Eddie. Cheers.
We've got to Alistair, then Damien and George, please.
Hi, Eddie. I guess in this run of fixtures, Bradford would be the one where you would...
What a Otat Numpty, the Southampton guy. He could have scored right there. He missed it so bad, man. And it looks like the rat is about to score. And that's what happens when you don't score goals. You get scored on. Plain and simple.
Oh, how did he miss that?
What a Ota nonsense.
What, two of them?
Don't tell me he's going to give him a you wanga. Oh, you Ota wanga. What in the hell, man?
I'm guessing they're going to get a penalty.
No. He literally just, what a mistake. What a numpty, man. What a proper numpty. And that's what happens, you make mistakes on the other end. You make mistakes on the other end.
He'll not get an easier start than that, will he?
I mean,
lucky bastards. Well, I'm saying, look, as you say, that Southampton defender went shooting.
Isn't it crazy? But this is just how simple football works, man. You make a horrible mistake up front, you don't score. You make a horrible mistake at the back, they score. Plain and simple. Football, the ball is round.
I mean, I haven't said that. The keeper should have just got shot of it anyway instead of trying to pass to him.
Should I hope that? But that's what you get when you get this.
Was Adam Armstrong?
You get these robotic players that can't think for themselves. They are not independent thinkers, and they just do whatever the manager tells them. That's what you get, a proper loser team. And that's what happens. So there you go. But so Wissa don't need, he'll be, as we've talked about it many times, he'll be back again after the international break, of course.
By the way, Lampard played with Makelele 195 times.
Yeah, with Makelele, yeah. With
Makelele. Well, Makelele was even a better number 6 than Kante was.
Well, you can say so, yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that, but I mean, Conte is pretty good.
I mean, the two. I would put the two of them up with any
Makelele played for Real
six
Madrid,
that's
man.
ever played. I know he went from Chelsea to Real Madrid.
French international, both French guys, and
they both played with Drogba. So that was 2003, 2008 when they won just about everything that was good.
Well, exactly, the golden era of Chelsea. But but he wasn't. Right now, Tonali's playing as a 6, so he's not going to be in a position to score goals like that, like Lampard did. And you would assume that Bruno is the one that's going to be in that position, but he doesn't for some reason.
No,
or we don't put him in that, but I don't know.
He needs to brush up on his shooting, Bruno.
Well, they don't even try, which is...
No, that's right, because he would rather play a little... He's kind of Peter Beardsley in that respect. He would rather get an assist.
Peter Beardsley scored way too many goals, man.
Goal.
Peter Beardsley was a goal scorer, man.
Yeah, Peter Beardsley was a forward, but he would still rather assist than score.
And I agree with Connor, though. I mean, they made it easy. I mean, my grandma could score that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just Southampton are proper nagger, man. Proper nagger. And it's got to be the luckiest team in the world, right now, Liverpool. I mean, because everything going their way, every little thing goes their way. So let's keep going with Eddie Howe here.
Knowing him as I do, how conscientious and hardworking he is, I know he'll have done his work on us as well. So I think you can expect two very well organised teams. But they've got clear strengths. They're playing with confidence. Physically, very good team. Anyone who's winning games regularly and top of their league is going to be a threat. So we'll pick a strong team.
That being said, there's obviously a few divisions in between. Is this an opportunity to get those attacking patterns of play working the way you want them to, and to get some confidence in front of goal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's all bad. I think we created chances against Barcelona, one of the best teams in Europe. We looked threatening on the night. Maybe not a constant stream of chances, but we created some big ones in that game. The Bournemouth game was difficult, but I think it always is going there, and I thought we gave a strong performance without the killer touch. But we're working on that all the time, and as I said, I back the players that we have to score goals.
Thank you.
Thank you. Damien?
Eddie, the final back in March, one of the biggest days in this club's recent history. How long did you allow yourself to enjoy it, and how much has that given you a hunger to taste more?
Yeah, thinking back, Damien, that's a tough one to give you an accurate answer on. I certainly enjoyed the day. Everything about the day was, for me, one of the best days that I've had in football. It was the performance, the general attitude of the players that day, and the way we handled the occasion was absolutely brilliant. And it was great to experience sort of afterwards the feeling of accomplishing something really special. Then, of course, we had the parade, which will live long in the memory. So I think probably after the parade, we then focused on the rest of the season, and really impressed with how the players attacked that, because it's been very easy to pause in that moment and just be happy with what we'd done in that competition, but we didn't. We went again. So I think there's a lot to reflect on in that period that was really positive. But of course, you move on very quickly in football. No one really wants to look back too much. I think it's always about the future and the next game, and we're in the spell now where we're preparing and playing every 2-3 days. We're looking forward to the challenges that await us. Bradford's the next one, and we can't wait for that.
Thanks, Damien. George?
Morning, Eddie. On a similar sort of theme, not many managers get to win things, get to win trophies. Is it the kind of thing that you look at yourself in the mirror the next day and kind of look at yourself differently, feel differently about? Is it sort of life-changing in that sense?
I try and stay away from the mirror these days, George. As you get older, I'm sure you know the feeling when you're looking at yourself.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
Wynn knows that very much.
No, I don't think I tend to reflect on it like that. I think I'm always swept up in the next day, as in making sure what I deliver for the players is good enough, what I deliver for the club is good enough. I don't think there's ever a turning point or a sort of a moment where you pause and go, you've done this or that, because everyone's ready to shoot you down again. So you have to consistently prove that you're able to do the job to the standards that I require of myself. So No, I'm very hard on myself in terms of trying to drive myself forward to improve, to make sure I'm doing the best I can.
2 years ago, your life was a lot harder in terms of injury suspensions, but your job was arguably easier because you didn't have decisions to make. It feels like that's flipped around a bit. You know, like all managers, you want more players, better players, you've got a bigger squad, but your job becomes harder in terms of keeping people happy, making the right decisions. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think to a degree it is. I think this season we absolutely need the squad. You know, if you don't have a big enough squad to carry the weight of games that we've got, we're going to have problems. I've said all along we're going to have enough games to keep the players happy, if that's something that you have to do, because I think the players ultimately have to play well to earn their place. It's not a case of keeping them happy, it's a case of them performing to play. So anyone who's upset really will be upset because they haven't done well enough to guarantee that starting spot. And I think that's the demand, a healthy demand that's placed upon them. The competition for places has always inspired, or should inspire, the group to better outcomes. But managing the squad from my perspective, I think something that I have to do. And I said after the Bournemouth game, we have to trust the squad. We've got good players. So making changes isn't a reflection on playing a weaker team. It's just playing a slightly different team. Maybe players with different strengths that are suited more to that game than others.
Thanks, George. We'll go to Lee, Craig, and then to Dom, please. Lee?
Eddie, on Nick Pope, obviously he's playing really well at the minute. He's got 4 clean sheets. But you also have Aaron Ramsdale, needs a game as well. Is that a dilemma for you going into this game?
Similar, really, to George's question, in the sense that we'll pick a team bespoke for this game. We'll try and win the game and try and get through to the next round. And we'll look at the squad as a whole and see who needs to play and who maybe needs a rest. Just individually on Nick, I think he's done really, really well. I don't think he was overly worked at Bournemouth, but a couple of key moments where he did his job really well, made a couple of key blocks. I'm really pleased with his start to the season. He's a huge player for us.
Just on Lewis Miley and Joe Willock, obviously came back into the team at the weekend. They obviously need a run of games, but with your sort of stellar midfield three of Bruno, Joe Linton and Sandro, it must be hard to give them that run of games.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing the maths is quite difficult, but we need that strength in midfield. You know, those opportunities aren't going to be there maybe as regularly as any player likes. So when you do get the opportunity, you got to try and grab it. I thought Louis played really well. I think he gave a mature performance. As I said earlier, it's a tough away ground. They play with a lot of high pressure, so every time Louis was receiving the ball, he had pressure from behind. He had to make quick and good decisions, and invariably he does with the ball. He's a really good distributor. But I thought it was a mature performance. Physically, I thought he looked really good. No fatigue in his game. He played 90 minutes. Thought he looked strong. Joe playing slightly higher up. Probably a little bit disappointed he couldn't influence it more for us in the attacking half. But again, the team didn't really do that well enough in keeping sustained pressure around their box. So that's something for the team to reflect on.
Thanks, Lee. Craig?
Morning, Eddie. It was a turbulent summer, to say the least, and to a degree are we seeing the hangover of that now? And if I could just take you back to the very last day of last season, you spoke to us post-Everton and you were really clear when you said the club had to be dynamic in what it did. If I were to show you that video of that, that delivery now, when you were quite clear when you said it, what would you think in terms of how the summer played out and the impact it's having now?
I think with transfer windows, of course that was my intention, but I think that would be the intention of everyone at the club. No one would be going, well, we'd like to do our business late and start the season with a group of new players that you've got to mould as you're playing. So that was never the thought of anyone connected with the club. But the way the summer unfolded, and there's a whole host of reasons why that happened, this is the situation we've been placed in, and now it's our job to try and make the best of that. That's always been my method of work. But I think it's quite clear that the summer was turbulent. I'm not sure is the right word. It was difficult, and we've tried to come out of it as strong as we could. And I think we have. I think the squad's really, really strong. But we need to do a lot of work now to try and gel the team together.
And when you look at the team, I don't think anyone would say the team is playing badly. 4 clean sheets out of 5. The building blocks and a lot of what is recognisable about your team is there. But ultimately, that joy of watching your team, you've always been a really good team to watch. When you watch them now, do you enjoy what you're seeing? And will you know that back when you do enjoy it, if you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think if you can look at different games, I mean, and then you can always look at the past with rose-tinted glasses. Let me tell you, there's not every game last season and the season before and the season before that. You'd look at it and go, "Well, I enjoyed watching that. We were brilliant." There's a lot of games where you just have to try and win ugly. One of the biggest wins we had going to last season was West Ham away, just before we played Liverpool in the cup, and everyone was going, it was a poor game. For me, that was one of the happiest I'd been, because I knew the importance of winning that game before the final. So, yeah, rose-tinted glasses, I think, looking historically, is always a danger. And I think when you're looking actually at this season, I've been really pleased with how we've played. Now, the results haven't matched some of those performances. Aston Villa was really strong. I thought Barcelona was really strong, and goals in that game changed the perception, I think, of what we gave. I'm never going to sit here and say to you Bournemouth was a classic and encourage you to re-watch it. It wasn't. But we got a valuable point, and as long as we're getting positive results, I think the performances...
They mighty win, thought process.
We'll grow together as a group.
Thanks, Ray.
And your way point's a good point.
Any way, but what do you make of it so far?
Well, I tell you what, Craig Hope there said to him, the window was turbulent, da-de-da. And Eddie Howe says, well, I'm not sure that turbulent is the word. I'm not sure it was turbulent. Well, I'd love to say, well, what the fuck was it? What word would you put on it? Chaotic? Crap? Useless? Incompetent? Turbulent was being polite, to say the least. For that window, bloody hell. And we are without doubt feeling the effects of that now. As Craig said, after the Everton game, he said, we've got to get players in and we've got to get them in quick. And we did anything but that. Anything but that. And that was down to the hierarchy. That we didn't have the people in place to do it.
Let's keep going.
Hi, Eddie. Do you think you'll see the best of Nick when he's got Johan to play off or with?
I think, regarding Nick, I think Nick's made a really strong start. I think Nick will improve the fitter he gets, firstly. I think that's a huge thing. He's come to us with obviously not...
What happened?
Well, Michael Mixon there, when you said it was a good window, 8 out of 10, I never said 8 out of 10 at all, ever.
You did say
I said, I'll judge the window on the 1st of September. On the 1st of September, it was a good window. It wasn't an 8 out of 10 window, but it was a good window. You can go through Ramsdale for Dubravka, Ramsey for Longstaff, Elanga for Almiron, and Voltemada and Wissa for Isaac and Wilson. All of those were improvements as far as I'm concerned. Not individually in the case of Isaac, necessarily for Voltemada, although time will tell about that. But certainly Voltemada and Wissa were an improvement on Isaac and the Wilson that was left by the time he went. An unfit, unplayable Wilson.
Yeah.
So at the end of the window, all things considered, it was a good window. We had definitely improved the squad. 8 out of 10, nowhere near 8 out of 10.
Being used to the demands of Premier League football, and this league is relentless physically, and of course our schedule is relentless. So in terms of us doing physical work with him, that's very, very difficult. A lot of what we're going to be doing with him in the short term is to try and keep him fit by not putting him in dangerous positions in terms of playing 90 minutes, consecutive 90 minutes too early. But sort of fitness will be an issue because the Premier League is different, as I said. So I think that's the biggest thing for him. And I think once he gets fitter, you'll see an even better product. Johan's a totally different case. Johan, if Johan was available now, he'd be allowing us to work with maybe Nick's fitness in between games by sharing some of the load. But certainly we need him back and need him back quickly.
And how is Johan in himself? Because I can imagine it must be incredibly frustrating to come to a new club and not be able to play.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Look, I haven't spent too much time with him because we've been away preparing for games, etc. But every time I've seen him, he's been positive, very, very keen to get going, wants to show his worth. Yeah, it'd be really frustrating for him to come in and get injured while away on international duty, but he knows he's got a big part to play this season.
Thanks, Tom. Go to Jordan, Joe, and then across to Gary, please.
Morning, Eddie. Just on Jamal Lascelles, he's left out the Champions League squad but got minutes on Sunday, could play again tomorrow. What is his role this season?
Well, his role is such an important one. He's an absolute leader of the group, and he'll be in a group of players that is fighting for minutes. But I think for Jamal, he's such a role model in terms of how he conducts himself and how he behaves and how he trains. A vocal presence as well. We're going to need him to keep to those standards because he really is a great culture setter for us.
He obviously featured heavily during the last.
Question about that. Let's talk about that for a second, right? Let's focus on that for a second because I'm starting to see something here. A little seed that Eddie Howe's planting now. He's starting to water and water and water. I don't know if you guys know anything about growing anything over there, but over here we grow stuff. We go proper beans, corn. You know what I mean? We got rice. We do all that. You guys grow your own stuff over there?
We grow more stuff than we eat.
Fuck you know. All right, and so
Net
the point is, he's starting to bring on this Lascelles, and I'm starting to think like, what's going on here? We got way too many center backs. Lascelles is no better than any center back we got available right now. He's not better than any of them. So why are we trying to entertain the fact that Lascelles need to be playing when you got four that are much better than he is? And that's just a fact of life, nature of life. When at some point you're no good anymore.
If you want an argument, pick a different subject. I would have let him go, me.
So, but why do we keep? He's played the other day.
He obviously thinks he's a big influence in the dressing room, but I don't want players for doing that. I want players to be on the pitch.
Exactly. So I think that's an issue. I mean, why do we need to keep putting Lascelles now? Malik Chiao came out the other day for Lascelles. That makes no sense to me. Why are we doing?
Came out for him? How do you mean?
I'm pretty sure he was subbed out for in what game was this? I'm not stupid. I know I saw it. Lascelles came in the other day. Newcastle. Who was it? Newcastle.
I thought you said Malik Chow came out for Lascelles.
Exactly. He was Lascelles came in the game for Malik Chow. Help me out, somebody in the chat.
On Sunday, you mean?
Exactly.
Well,
so
that was
why
because
did we have to do that?
Chow nearly got sent off, and Eddie didn't want to see him get sent off.
I still don't know. How did he nearly get sent off, by the way? Because I don't remember that part at all. Maybe I was in the bathroom.
Well, he'd already been booked for a handball, and he cleared the Bournemouth player out, which it should have been a red card all day long. In the 80th minute.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, maybe he made this up to kill time. That could make sense.
It was when they got the free kick right on the edge of the area in the last 10 minutes.
Nigerian Goat says Lascelles plays tomorrow to be safe. I don't understand that at all. Like you would assume that Malik Chiao not having a preseason needs game time, needs more.
Well, exactly.
As well as
Botman should play tomorrow.
And so,
no doubt about it.
What if Lascelles plays though? Again, you get into this thing
if Lascelles plays, I can only assume that Eddie's going 3 at the back against Arsenal. So it'll be Botman and Burnin against Arsenal.
Man. 3 at the back again against Arsenal. Fuck, you know.
It
Anyway.
worked nicely against them last time, didn't it? Very nicely. Thank you very much.
How's it worked the last 2 times that we tried it with these players? How's it worked then? It's worked rubbish.
With the same player. Well, with Shea instead of Joe, like, but
Let's finish with Eddie Howe here.
Last Champions League campaign, how did you react to being left out of the squad? I know he's ultra professional. Was he sort of okay about it, or was he disappointed?
No, I think he was disappointed, of course, because he's a winner and he wants to compete and he wants to play like everybody else does. But of course, coming back from his serious knee injury, he's done really well to come back in the way that he has. He looks in great shape. But obviously that was a big blow for him. And of course now competition in that position is really hot. I mean, we've got some really, really good defenders at the football club. And Jamal is one of them.
Thank you. Joe?
Morning, Eddie. Just wondering, following the departure of Callum Wilson in the summer, have you replaced him in the leadership group?
That process is ongoing. We give it to the players to vote, but we wanted to wait until the end of the transfer window when the squad was settled. So we'll find that out in the next few days, I think.
Thank you. And just on Bruno, he obviously was rested on Sunday. How important are them little bits of rest for Bruno going to be this season so he can be at his best every game for you and for his country?
Yeah, absolutely crucial. I think we need to look after Bruno at the right times. And I thought last week was an incredible shift when you go back to what he gave us against Wolves to play in the manner that he did in that game when he was clearly tired from the travelling that he'd done. Then to back that up a few days later against Barcelona, and you could see again he was tired towards the end of that game, but he'd given everything. I felt we had to protect him in the next game, looking at all the numbers that we get, and now hopefully he'll benefit from that rest for the next few weeks.
Thanks, Joe. We've got a Gary to Kieran and then Martin to finish, please.
Morning, Eddie.
Morning.
I'm not sure if you've seen Graham's press conference yesterday, but he spoke about how it was the toughest period of his career under yourself. He said, I didn't like Eddie Howe at the time, and I'm sure he didn't like me. I just wondered if you could just share some light on that period and your relationship with him now.
Yeah, no, I really liked Graham, so that's news to me. I think it was a difficult situation. So I was very young coming into a new club, and sort of part of my brief at Burnley was to try and change the team and to go into a sort of a younger looking team in a new direction. And of course, Burnley's squad at the time was heavy with experienced players having just come out of the Premier League. So it was a period of change really. But I think, look, Graham, I could see from the outset was an absolute winner with his mindset, wanted to do everything, wanted to play every game. And, I didn't, possibly looking back, and I think it was a learning experience for me, I didn't play him enough and I should have played him more. And I always very honest with my sort of critique of myself. I have to. So I think that I made some mistakes early in my time at Burnley where maybe I should have trusted the experienced players a little bit more. But as I said, part of my brief was to take the club into a new era with a younger team. But in terms of his professionalism and how he conducted himself, he was absolutely top draw. And I think I always learn off the experienced players, especially when I was a younger coach because they were older than me. So no, I had no issues with him. Top professional, top player. And it's no surprise to see for me that he's gone into management because I think he had those qualities even then. He's a big leader within the group, set the standards, and great to see him doing so well. I'm really pleased for him.
Thanks, Gary. Kieran?
Morning. Did you sense kind of the mentality of the club shift after ending, that long wait for silverware? It just felt like a monkey came off the back a bit. Does it feel different now, or?
I don't know. I think it was great to do it in a sense that it did stop people talking about the wait for a trophy and an exciting dawn, really, of what may lay ahead for us and what we could achieve. But the day-to-day, you don't really think about it. You're in the mix, and we're in the mix now. It's early season. We've got to try and form how this season's going to look, and the work starts again. So I wouldn't say it's changed too much in that respect.
And you kind of touched on how the team's evolving from open play. It feels a bit like set plays you're evolving as well. Do you think it'll take time maybe for kind of that to come to fruition with the new coach coming in and what have you?
Yeah, I hope not. That's not the plan. The plan is to, of course, make the difference from set plays. I think we've been really good in that respect for a long time. And I think when you look at games like the Bournemouth game, if you play as we did, defenders we did, and you nicked the game 1-0 on a set play, you'd say it's the perfect away performance, but of course we didn't. So I think we have work to do in that respect. We have the players, we have the height, I think we have the delivery, but something's not quite clicking, and that's not a criticism of any coach. That's a criticism of me. I'm ultimately responsible for it. So we've got work to do. We can do better in that respect, and we will do the work to try and be better.
Thank you, Martin, to finish.
Morning, Eddie.
Morning.
How big a blow was the injury to Johan?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, you go into the new season with your squad and you feel you've got your squad sort of settled and you've got a plan. And then, of course, we didn't even see Johan and he's come back injured. And that was a difficult one, having outlaid the money that we have. And we knew that Johan was Premier League ready, as it were. He knows the league inside and out and has scored goals in it. So, but I think, look, it happened. We have to deal with it. I think, touch wood, it's not a long-term injury. It's we get through the next few games and then he'll be back.
All right, that was that. Interesting to see the end of that. Hopefully we won't have any more issues when it comes to the pressers from moving forward.
Well, they seem to be getting their mic feeds. Okay, that presumably was the
once they
club
right
version.
when they edit it, of course they do you can do all of that because you got different files, from the interviewers and the Eddie Howe's mic, so they do all that. But we get the live feed, which obviously comes raw, unedited, and we can't really do much about it. Although Beanie Sports, I think they go to the presser physically, so they're able to record. They don't go every time, obviously, but the important games they do, Champions League and stuff. And so, therefore, I think they're able to do their own thing. But unfortunately, with us, we whatever live feed we get from the club, that's all we got really to mess with. So there you go. It looks like Ekitike came in for Isak at halftime. There you go. There's a manager that makes changes at halftime. If you guys didn't know that's possible, it is. And
it doesn't count as a window.
Well, there you go. True. So there you go. Then, what do you make of that presser? Interesting. You can tell he definitely feels Wissa is. From that, I could assume that Wissa is going to be the one that started for Newcastle. It's all about Premier League proven, Premier League proven, Premier League proven. That's his thing. Now confirmed.
What did he say in that press conference to confirm that?
He says he's Prem proven, so he would play more, and he will every time there's a Voldemort conversation, he comes out when talking about Wissa as well. He comes out and praises Wissa for he knows the league inside out. He says he's Prem proven, so of course he would he would be playing, plain and simple.
Anyway,
I don't think the Voldemort is coming
from playing with Wissa alongside. What's to stop him playing them both?
Well, he's not going to do that. It's clear and evident. He's not. He said it before. There's an option he has said. He has said it before in a previous presser not too long ago. When asked about this question, he said it's something that we tried with Wilson and Isak and Alex. He said, but it's not really something that he would do just because, like, start a game. He does it. He's done it like again with Isak and Callum Wilson in the second half, trying to win a game maybe. But you're not going to see them both start in the same team. So
you might surprise a few people.
Well, I guess he must be lying there. I can only go for what he says. Now, if he's lying to people, there's nothing I can do.
You hear things that he says that I don't hear.
People in the chat, do you remember Eddie Howe saying a few press conferences ago about this particular scenario? Please, is it possible halftime changes, Chris? Yeah, it is possible, Roger. It looks like other managers do it. So I thought with Eddie Howe never does it, so I thought that was illegal to do. But there you go. And so, and it's fair enough, by the way, because Slot has said it as well. He doesn't see Ekitike as a winger. He sees them both as a striker. So that's going to be an issue for one of the two. You can only play if that's how you want to.
By
run
the
your
way,
ship.
this is the. We're just continuing on, aren't we? So I need to send.
Yeah, man. You send the same.
With being on, I forgot to send the links to the lads.
Yeah. We're just gonna go on and on and on until the break of dawn. So yeah. I mean, I think they could play with each other. That could be a situation where you see that. But you're gonna have to sacrifice other positions, man. Are you gonna take out Gordon? No. Are you gonna take out a wing, Ilanga? Well, he's already doing that, really. But are you gonna take him out? Are you gonna take a midfielder out? Who's gonna come out? Joe Linton, Bruno. He's your captain. I'm not watching baby shows. My son is watching baby shows here. He's watching Nastia. That's a little girl that has a YouTube channel. But my daughter woke up this morning singing the North Star song from Peppa Pig again. And I was knackered, man. North Star, North Star. You know what? I'll pull it up. Man. When you ever heard the North Star song, bro?
No.
You haven't? Come on, man. You're not a proper parent if you haven't heard this song, man. How
was it on the go 40 years ago, like?
Oh well, maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's the issue. But no, I'm not watching it. I'm not. I got the game here. I got the Liverpool game here. I got us getting monitor up there. So.
Roger.
Yeah, I feel I have a feed there though. Make sure you got your headphones on or something. Hold on.
Phone.
Why do you? If you, well, you gotta. Yeah, I guess. But you gotta join. You gotta join from your laptop if you're going to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay then. Well.
That was me.
Yeah. Neighbor. Take your time. Either way, who else is coming on today? Win.
Peter and DX.
Oh, lovely. That should be an interesting song. We got to talk about what's going on with the club as well with the tickets. That's something that we gotta pay attention to. Very interesting, very important. The Newcastle United Trust demands answers from the Toon officials, and I don't know how we're gonna get answers, Mighty Win, but they want answers, man.
You're not gonna get copyrighted for this, are you?
No, I'm not gonna get copyrighted for it, man. You trust me, man. This is Win doesn't want me to play the wonderful Peppa Pig song, man.
North Star, are you near or are you far? Can we get there in the car?
Imagine waking up to this.
North Star, shining with a twinkly glow. Please show us the way to go.
There you go. Dude, I woke up to this morning. I was like, what in the hell is going on in here? But that's probably the only way. I turned it off, and then they were crying, and then I turned it back on, and they were happy. They happily got ready for school after the song. But I love that song now, man. It's stuck in my head, man. You know, I gotta put the tune.
It's your new. That was something else I learned. It's an ear. Oh, I forgot what the expression for it is. When a song's stuck in your head and you can't get rid of it, because it was the Bladen Races for years, wasn't it?
Oh no, but that's I like it, but I listen to the Bladen Races actually. You know, I don't.
Are you there, Roger?
We can't hear him. He's muted, but I don't know if he's trying to join via laptop. We gotta let him do his thing though. We got 10 minutes, so you can join on your laptop if you want to, mate, and that'll probably be better if you want to use your laptop camera or not. People are laughing in the chat. My children was in the night garden, says Gavin. But that song is a proper song, man. So where's Peppa Pig's accent from? Certainly not a Geordie accent. So would that just be a regular London?
It's regular Thames estuary, isn't it?
But
general, BBC
right
English.
Regular
I
no
imagine.
accent.
I've never watched it, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I'll tell you what. For people in the back that didn't hear it.
North Star, are you near or are you far? Can we get there in the car?
Come on, Win. Let go. Side to side.
North Star, shining with a twinkly glow. Please show us the way to go.
There you go, mate. There you go. No more of that, please. No more of that. There we go. We got Roger now in the building. There's Roger. Let me see if you can hear you, Roger. You good?
No, he's frozen.
Jolene, this is a cockney pig. How dare you call Peppa Pig a pig, man? We can't hear you though. We cannot hear you, brother. Cannot hear you at all.
Check your audio.
No, we cannot hear you, Mr. Raja. And we'll see, of course, when DX and Peter get on.
Well, I told him to come on between 20:15 and 20:00 so we could do a sound and camera check.
Well, he's always been able to join, actually. There we go. Oh, Liverpool about to score again, man. Let me see here. Trying to pull up the ticket situation. Kevin says we should have get Samu and play two at the top. Yeah, but not gonna do. Trust me, man. How much you want to bet? We're not playing two on the front. We're not. First of all, you got to sacrifice somebody. So who are you sacrificing?
Well, for a start, they've both got to be match fit. So that ain't going to happen until December, minimum.
Right. So
and then we'll see.
Yeah, but you got to sacrifice somebody. Who are you sacrificing?
I think it's irrelevant. We've got to.
What do you mean it's irrelevant? Fucking hell, man! You can't be that thick, man. That's what. It's irrelevant, and that's not going.
It's one of the wingers, obviously. Yeah. And is it Gordon?
Yeah.
Is it Langer? Depends who's playing.
Yeah, but you can't. But you switch up everything. You can't. You're not gonna be able to play. It's like flying with one wing, man. You can't keep the same system. So you're gonna have two strikers there, next to each other. You're gonna have the three. So you're not gonna have the wingers, or you're gonna play with wing backs. How are you gonna do it? Because those two are not wingers. I mean, sorry, Wissa is not a winger. He can't play on the wing. He has to be in the middle.
Wissa can't play on the wing. He's been playing on the wing for Congo and scoring.
So, but on the left.
But I think they're better off playing Voltemada in the 10, because he gets most of his goals from running between the centre circle and the D, starting his runs there and finishing.
But Wissa would be. He could play on the wing, but he's going to obviously keep. It's just like Barnes. He will keep cutting inside nonstop. He could do that, but you're going to have to take out Gordon. So Gordon's not going to play, or you're going to put Gordon on the right, and we know that's not going. That hasn't gone well.
That's one thing I wouldn't do.
So what are you going to play? You're going to play Wissa on the right wing.
No, I would drop Gordon.
What did you say? I just told you. So you would drop Gordon for Wissa.
If Elanga is performing, yes, I would drop Gordon.
Let me tell you something. There we go. Now we can hear you, Roger.
Yay.
Now we can hear you, proper. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna. This is, please, somebody bookmark this show. Eddie Howe will never, on purpose, having everybody eligible to play, will never play with Wissa and Voltemada and take out Anthony Gordon for that change to happen. That will never happen in the rest of the history of civilization that we got to live. Where the moon's the sun's got about 2 billion years left, so that ain't never gonna happen in the next 2 billion years. So We are never. That's not going to happen. Number one, taking out Gordon for Eddie Howe is like. It's like. He's not going to happen. It's like having sex before marriage if you're a Catholic. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. It's happening actually, but the priests don't know that. But it ain't going to happen. So I'm telling you, man, it ain't going to happen. You know, it just ain't. He wants to play him in the middle. He play him as a center back if he could. Just win. He's not flexible, man. He's a good coach, but we know he's not flexible. He's not going to do it, man. Roger, do you think that Wissa and Voltemade, Eddie Howe will put them together to play? And in this particular case, you got to sacrifice somebody. Wynn says that he'll take out Gordon. I don't see that at all.
I think sometimes, okay, not every game we can't afford to do that because of the risk factor of only having 2 forwards. But
right.
I think you'll gamble having them together. Maybe Wissa up front and Voltemade just dropping off him as a kind of false 9.
Well, I think they could play. I mean, I don't think they're going to have an issue playing with each other. I just don't see Eddie Howe doing it because you have to sacrifice somebody. He might, you could say he might sacrifice Ilanga. He's taken him off many times, but he's putting Murphy on there. So he has to sacrifice somebody unless he's going to take out a midfielder. And who's he going to take out? Joe Linton? That could be. Joe Linton can be out, but I mean. That's about it, because I don't think Bruno's coming out, nor Tonali. Tonali comes out, it's over.
The thing is, as we know, the top players cannot play 60 games a season. That's just
true.
Stupid.
Yeah, no, that's true. But when is Tonali going to get rest tomorrow? We assume so, because Tonali is probably the only player that has not been rested whatsoever. Yeah, I think he doesn't get hurt, but you don't want to push the envelope too much because eventually it will break. And I think you got to give him rest. And then we got a big game on the weekend, though. That's also something, a big game that we need to try to get some points. One thing, I got a conspiracy theory, by the way, because it's eating my soul. It's eating my soul. I think that on purpose. I don't have any proof of it, that the Premier League schedules Newcastle to play against these teams that are probably going to be competing for the Premier League, that maybe need those late games in the season, the big ones, to be at home. When's the last time we played Arsenal, Liverpool, any of those teams at home at the end of the season? Because now we're going to play Arsenal at home. We're going to play
Arsenal at home.
We got at the end of
the
end.
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Peter, welcome, mate. How's it going?
Yeah.
We can hear you great, mate. Liverpool the same. We always go back at Anfield at the end of the season when things really matter. When you know how many points you need. When you know you got to win certain games. We always go away. Every time we play Liverpool is at home in the beginning, where really nothing matters. You don't know. You might lose points here and there. We always play them at our strongest venue in the beginning of the season, and instead of at the end of the season at home, when it could actually matter. And I know that might be a stupid conspiracy theory, but it's happened too often now that I'm noticing. Because like say at the end of the season you need 3 points to make it to Champions League, and we play against Arsenal or Liverpool, and they also need to win. When have you heard the last time we played at home at the end of the season against those teams to try to get the points? We usually play them in the beginning of the season when we don't know anything. This is just the beginning of the season, as I said. So it's something to think about. By the way, it happens too often for me to think it's a coincidence. It happens way too often.
Did you not have a relatively easy start to last season?
We played Man United at home in April, Chelsea at home on the 11th of May. We played Arsenal away the next game.
Well,
Chelsea
for
at home, Arsenal away, and 3 weeks before that, Man United at home. And
for what it's worth, those teams.
The Premier League weren't to know at the time that Man United would be.
But you know one thing though. You know one thing. You know that Arsenal, Liverpool are going to be there.
But in February we played Man City and Liverpool away.
But you know that Man City, Liverpool, and maybe Arsenal are right now. It's not rocket science. You know that they're the ones that
played all of those away.
At the end of the exactly, and the same is happening right now. The same thing is happening right now. When do we play Man City at home? I guarantee you it's on this half instead of the other end. I haven't even looked. I may be wrong. You know, Kim Can says it's not a stupid theory. When it comes to Newcastle, they can do anything. I'm just saying, you know, because I've noticed that, you know, when we need points at the end of the season, when everything like kind of
November we'll play Man City at home.
Exactly. When it doesn't matter really. And again, all these points get added up and they do matter, but you get the point. You know, sometimes at the end of the season you're like, man, we need to win this game. We need to win it. And sometimes we, for the most part, we're always away. What do you think, Tim? Welcome to the chat, by the way. I mean, that's something it's been eating my soul. Tim, I mean Peter. Sorry, Peter.
Easy mistake to make.
It was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, but what do you, I mean? Because Michael says it makes no difference. Got to play everyone twice. Yeah, but it does matter when, though. I think it does matter when. You know. So what do you think? Maybe it is stupid.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a bit like if you think about cup games, you know, when you got semi-final, for example.
1-1, guys. Sorry.
You'd rather be at home last in the second leg. So it's a kind of like the same thing in the league. You'd rather when it comes to crunch time, business end of the season, you'd rather have the home advantage. I've never thought of that scenario in terms of what you're saying, Chris. I've never thought about that, and it's only now you've mentioned it. I'm racking my brains as to whether that could be something that is worth kind of looking into. All I can say, I suppose, is that it wouldn't surprise me too much if that was the case with the amount of money that's involved these days with the bigger clubs.
Because obviously you can't do it. Well, I don't know if it would be possible to do it against every single top six. Or quote top six team. Oh, Southampton scored. Wow, nice. Well done. 1-1.
I'm seeing it at corner.
They're the luckiest team in the world, Liverpool, by the way. So I wouldn't put it past them to score at the end. But you know that Man City, Liverpool, right now they're going to be there. So and I'm not saying that they do it against Newcastle, but I think they might do it in favor of those teams to in crunch time to play at home.
Yeah, preferential treatments.
Exactly, or maybe it could be also a commercial thing where these teams, you think they're going to win. Let's put them at home, and at the end of the season against the big games, because whether they like it or not, against Newcastle at the end of the year, it's going to be a big game. Against Aston Villa, the same. They need points. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. When now you're coming to see, was my conspiracy theory that does he have some basis to it? Mighty win.
I'm just having a look here to see who Man
City
play at home.
He won't get.
So Man City, for example, they play none of the so-called top six in the last 5 games. Prior to that, they play Arsenal at home. Is the 6th last game of the season. But the week before that, it's Chelsea away. So, they play Newcastle in February after they've just played Liverpool away.
Tough.
You know, and so they actually play consecutive away games in January against Tottenham and Liverpool. So there's nobody in the last 6 weeks of the season. They're not playing anyone of note, unless you count Bournemouth, and they play them away.
Right.
And Villa, the last home game is Villa at home.
Right. Welcome DX to the chat. How's it going? Hope all is well in the neighborhood. And Mighty Win, so are you going to give me a proper Well done for my conspiracy theory.
Well,
I have a basis.
Good conspiracy theory, you know that.
I have a basis to it. I'm telling you, man. It might take more investigating.
Other than the, you know.
Other than the facts.
Well, no, because. All right, I've looked at Newcastle and Man City, so let's have a look at Liverpool, for example, or Arsenal. There's Arsenal.
We're going to play them the other half of the season, man, when it starts to matter. We already played them here. And that's happened already. Remember the last season when not even last season, that was Tonali's first season where we got turned over at the end. We lost the game. That was at the very beginning of the season as well.
Arsenal have got an even bigger axe to grind in that case, because the only team of note that Arsenal play at home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm looking at December, man. Right, wait a minute.
Anyway, you're knackered. Let me go here with the comment here.
3,
you know why it
4,
says, listen to you know
play
why.
Man City away, 6th last game of the season. A game we'd already cited as a Man City fixture.
Yeah,
and they don't play anybody.
But
they
to
them in February. You know,
but that's obviously they want to have that. That's what I'm saying. It might be a commercial thing because they want to have that Man City Arsenal game towards the end of the season, because in case they need to fight each other. You need that
it's
excitement.
Really towards the you know it's not the very end. It's 6 games from the end. So it's not going to be decisive.
You never know. You never know. You know why it says the coincidence that bothers me is the number of times we get drawn away from home after a Champions League match. Is that what it is? Oh, Champions League, right?
Yeah, Champions League.
And the number of times our opponents have had longer rest periods before they play us. Well, we play Thursday and then we ended up playing Sunday again. That's a short time to rest. In this particular Champions League game, now I'm assuming we're going to go back to Wednesday, unless we're going to be playing Thursday all the time. That makes no sense. I don't know. I haven't looked at.
No, there's no more Thursday. There's no more Thursday Champions League games.
So you're going to get the Sunday,
Saturday or Sunday. If you play on the Tuesday, you play on the Saturday, and if you play on the Wednesday, you play on the Sunday.
Tim,
or the Monday.
Is this Tim's account? Or your brother's or no? It is. Yeah. He changed. He used to be Seed Terminator or something like that. He's saying, I can say beyond reasonable doubt that the fixtures, or at least some of them, are not random. So many times the derby games between different cities are just happen to land on the same weekend for TV.
And it's normally bank holiday weekend. Yeah, but what you can do with any program, you can set the program so that exact thing happens. You know, you can make it random, except that such and such must do such and such, and that makes perfect sense, because you want to have less travelling on bank holidays. What doesn't make any sense is that they don't do that. They don't put in an algorithm saying no Tuesday night games between clubs who are more than 500 miles apart. And how many times have we got to go to Brighton or Bournemouth when travel is difficult, to say the least? And that could easily be incorporated into the randomness of the fixture arrangements.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crackers. The number of times where you have to go to London for a night game when there's no transport back.
But honestly, though, in that particular case, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Newcastle is always going to be in the Northeast, so I mean, every trip is going to be long if you go out down to London. So, and how many London teams are there? I mean, it's what are you going to do? I mean, yeah, you go to Southampton, you go to Bournemouth, that's a little bit farther down, but they also have to do the same thing the other way. So, I mean,
and that's the thing, that a one-night game should be against teams in the Northwest and the Midlands.
Yeah. Well, now that we got the panel set up, let's talk about the Newcastle United Supporters Trust. They're trusting, they get Trust. Mighty Win put his money there, so it's a good trust that Mighty Win is paying for every month. They have sent a letter to the new CEO and are demanding answers about tickets. I'm gonna read this whole thing. I'm not sure what it is about. I mean, I'm sure it's about the Barcelona deal and what's going on with the ticket situation. They're saying here, in light of ongoing ticketing issues, NUST, Newcastle United Supporters Trust, now feels the need to publicly ask Newcastle United, NUFC, for full ticketing data transparency in our open letter to the club that you can read here. We're going to read the letter, but just let's start with the first statement there that says, in light of ongoing ticketing issues, they want the ticketing data. They want ticketing data transparency. They're asking in their open letter. First of all, should they even? Oh, my baby boy is here. He misses his mama. But do they even have a land to stand on? Again, it is a private company. Are we in a position, Mighty Win, to start with, to be demanding, to be asking? I want to see the paperwork. I want to see all of that. As if we have any ownership
in the Northeast, shy Ben's getting out. It's definitely worth asking the question. And then they've got to reply to it. Now they can reply and say it's none of your business. How good PR is that, do you think? Not very.
Well,
open to a lot of scrutiny. Or they can give them what they consider. I mean, nobody wants them to disclose commercial secrets or anything like that. But the figures that are being asked for from the Supporters Trust are not trade secrets, or they shouldn't be. If they've got whatever 35,000 members who are paying nearly 40 quid a year for the chance of getting a ticket in a ballot, largely 99.9% of people are members, so they can go in the ballot. So those, if you buy a raffle ticket, you're entitled to know how many tickets are being sold. Because I wouldn't buy, if somebody said to me, quid for a raffle ticket, and I know they're selling 1 million, and the prize is 25 quid, I'm going to tell them where to push that barra.
Hey, pause for a second. What a proper idiot is Ekitiki. He scored, by the way. He scored for Liverpool here. So they're about to go admit, but he takes his shirt off, having a yellow card. So the referee has to give him a second yellow and send him off. What a proper donkey!
Ekitiki's been sent off for taking his shirt off.
That means
no, he's got a yellow.
He has. Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with the rule.
You must have had a yellow before it.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't agree with the rule, but I get what you're saying there, Chris. If you know you want a yellow card, then why you would do that, man? I do not know.
He taking his shirt off, trying to show it, trying to act like Billy Badass.
Well, except he had a shirt on underneath the shirt.
Get out of here, Wayne.
That's chest or something that was the problem.
No, man, this dude, man, what is wrong with you, man? No, just didn't take his shirt off, man. Anyway, so let's get back into the letter here. Let's take a look. Urgent call for transparency on ticketing. A request on behalf of supporters, says this letter. By the way, Wayne, now you're gonna play acting nice when you told us. You've told me that you couldn't trust the Newcastle United Trust or Newcastle United fan, whatever the other group is, as far as you can throw them. So, is this just a political movement? They're asking, dear Newcastle United.
It's a self-perpetuating little clique.
So there we go. Exactly.
Who want to be important.
Who want to be exactly? You said this or not?
To be fair to them, they do come up with an occasional thing that common sense would say they should be doing.
Careful. So they're saying, dear Newcastle United, we are once again calling on the club to provide full and ambiguous transparency. Transparency around ticketing. This issue has been raised by the Newcastle United Supporters Trust on multiple occasions, and the failure to provide clarity is contributing to growing frustration, mistrust, and division within the fan base. So, lads, I mean, open the forum to you, Roger. You're a season ticket holder. I mean, what's going on? First of all, are you one of the people that's been selling your season ticket? on third-party websites?
Oh no,
Please say
never.
no. Please say no. Please say no. Don't be honest. Lie.
Don't hesitate.
Never.
Never.
I'd say never. No, never.
But it's been happening. So what is it that this group wants? I mean, did they want to see if season ticket holders are selling their tickets? Is that what they want? What really do they want here?
Combination of both, Chris. In that, yes, there are some who are flogging their season ticket for like X £1,000 per game or for whatever. When it is, they paid for it for, I don't know, £800 for a ticket, and then they're selling it for £3-5 grand, which is going against the kind of Newcastle rule. And so, like, I'm not equally trying to fathom out who these people are with dodgy tickets in the ground. So that wholly answers both your questions. The fact that there are Bardens with tickets in the ground who are got there by dodgy ways, and the owners of said tickets are also due to be fathomed out and kicked out, in my opinion. Not real fans.
Yeah. So Peter, then, I mean, what are we? Do we have a right as fans to demand what's going on? How the club is selling their tickets or using their tickets? It is their tickets. I do agree. I would agree with if season ticket holders are selling them illegally, then obviously, yeah. I mean, you would want. First of all, you would want the club to be
their tickets.
You would want the club to be aware of it, right? You would say, look, this is what's happening. You guys need to do something about it. But if the club does what it wants with the tickets, I mean, it's kind of hard to debate that, in my opinion. But what do you make of this?
Well, I think in terms of the asking the club for facts and figures with regards to tickets, I think it's fair enough, because basically you've got supporters out there who are paying like membership fees. I think that's for me the biggest thing, is that if you're paying a membership to attempt to get a ticket in the ballot, then really it's probably only fair that the club are transparent as to how accessible are these tickets, in terms of who gets them. If there's other schemes going on, I think what really should happen is if the club, right, if they've got a scheme whereby there's X amount of tickets allocated to, it could be a school, could be like we've mentioned on a previous show, if you've got like kids in the local area, who wouldn't be able to afford a ticket, their families would never be able to afford a ticket. If you've got schemes for that kind of thing, I think fair enough. It's going to happen. It's a commercial entity, and I think they've got to kind of like look into those things as well. You've got to take care of the community, and you've got to do that, I think so. But in terms of the membership, if there's no transparency and you're paying a membership, and then you find out that other people are getting tickets and it's not clear as to how they've got them, then yeah, they've got a right to ask. So you don't want to go back to the Ashley days where it becomes completely there's no transparency at all, and you just don't believe a word of what they're saying. You don't want to have that situation. There
was no problem getting tickets when I make Ashley.
He was trying to give them away in the end, yeah. But that's there was a coordinated boycott, wasn't there, at that time, late in his tenure. A lot of fans, kind of like myself, thought no more cash for Ash, So but I think you've got to have what anyone thinks of the likes of NUST, you've got to have someone, I think, challenging the club, sort of from time to time. If there's no one asking questions, if there's no one at all trying to kind of like just holding them to account, then you can imagine that could lead down a slippery slope for any club. for any ownership.
It could mean that everything's hunky-dory and we're winning everything in sight.
Yeah.
And nobody's got any complaints, of course, other than getting tickets.
I mean, I've never been a fan of the ballot. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, do you know what I mean, in terms of the overall ticketing system and the whole debate around that. All I can say really on that is I've never been a fan of the ballot. I used to like it when, you had the season tickets, you had the membership scheme, and then you had general sale, right? That was the 3 tiers. I don't see why you couldn't go back to that unless someone can tell me otherwise. But that seems like more of a fair setup, whereby the MAGS membership get their opportunity to get the tickets first, the match day tickets, and then there's an allocated section for general sale, and whoever goes online first gets those tickets, or to the box office or whatever. To me, that seems fair, but obviously they've got the ballot, and some people might prefer the ballot, but it's not for me.
Well, yes, you can go to the box office, which is now closed. Even though if you ring the box office, they will tell you, visit us in person from 10 till 4 every day except match days when it's 9 till kick off or whatever. And it's not now. It's only open from 10 till 1 on a Wednesday. Even though, I've told them about this now half a dozen times, even though when you ring them up, you get box office open, visit us in person, every Monday to Friday, except match days, 10 till 4.
Here's the thing though, because the issue with giving tickets to other people, other parties, I guess, selling them to other people are not due to the ballot. It is season ticket holders doing that. So how is the ballot? What's the ballot got to do with that? I mean, other than creating a software, I wouldn't put it past somebody that's smart that's to put up a software, write up a software that becomes a member, multiple accounts that become a member for of Newcastle United and enter every possible ballot, and then they get tickets and then they sell them that way. But I mean, it's a lot of work.
You'd have to pay you 40 quid for every one of them.
Well, exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of work, and instead of just being a season ticket holder and having a ticket guaranteed every time. So, what do you do then?
I was just saying before, Chris. I just wonder if maybe this whole thing that happened with the Dundee Gate.
Dundee Gate.
So I wonder if what's happened with that is it's made people then think, well, hang on, we need to know now what schemes are in place, if any, and that, like I said before, might not necessarily be a bad thing if they've got things in place where you do have that kind of hospitality. But I think it's only fair that fans know about that, if there is, just so that they know what they're signing up for. If you're paying for a MAGS membership, you know what the landscape is. I just wonder if maybe, like I said, it's got people thinking, well, is there something else at play other than just fans selling tickets? But if that's the only problem, then we need to ban them. Yeah.
I think it's reasonable to say to ask for the club every start of the year, fiscal year, wherever it may be, how many tickets will be allocated to MAG members, and just stick to that. And if the club says 3,000, then it's going to be 3,000. That means they keep more tickets for whatever they want to do, which is sell them to whoever, third parties, other companies, whatever it be. Because at the end of the day, I do believe that it's the club's prerogative to do whatever they want with the tickets. It is. There's nothing we can do about it or say about it. I mean, they're going to sell them, so it's going to a fan. It's going to somebody. I mean, I know we like to say that Scottish people in Dundee are not fans, but who knows? I mean, and ultimately, I mean, how do you really prove that? You tell me that every week, every game, 100% of fans go there. Nobody else. I wouldn't hold my breath for that. I'm pretty sure somebody else goes for the atmosphere, to experience it, or to go and watch Barcelona if they're a Barcelona fan, or to go and watch another team that comes to the Northeast. But how are we going to start policing all of that? I mean, it is what it is. As long as they pay their tickets, in my opinion, the vast majority will be Newcastle fans, of course. But it's I don't know. But it was interesting to me to bring this up because I know Mighty. He's not going to say it now because he's scared. But he's told me about the NUFC trust. Basically, being a little clique of people that ain't got nothing else to do other than sit in their mama's basement with cookie crumbs on their stomach, typing up letters for the club to feel important. So, and by the way, a lot of people in the chat has said almost the same thing. That we need transparency from the trust as well. I don't know what they do. I mean, people pay their money for this though. I mean, it's look, people pay us money every month to be on here, so I don't judge anybody for doing whatever they want. But what is the trust supposed to do for you as a fan? Speak on your behalf?
Right.
Ask answers?
The government set up legislation saying that clubs must consult with the fans. And the fans have to organise themselves into a thing, and then the club decided which one they were going to back, and then quickly put their own members, their own nominations in place. The fans liaison, what is it? Fans liaison committee.
Yeah,
which is separate from the Newcastle United Supporters Trust. So the NUST set themselves up to combat the club. I mean, I don't know why the club don't. I mean, they could make fortunes out of it. Have an official supporters club.
Well, they're kind of doing it since they have liaisons, as you said, international fans do.
There's 10 people across the world, Chris, they're quite young. They're not.
Well, the club appointed, what do they call her in America?
Right.
Who does
we got internet.
By the way.
Well, speak for yourself. But,
well, I'm going by what few of the other Yanks here.
But they got all these international fan thing. What do you call it? A fan group? It's a group, really. They have people in for disabled people. They have local fans. They have fans from all over the world.
But there's a disabled spokesperson. There's an international spokesperson.
Yeah.
You
can't just have one international, by the way. You can't. And by the way, I know.
The club did advertise for applications to be the kind of.
But also the way that's going, because I know some Toon-born fans that live in the Middle East, for example, or somewhere else, they got upset. They've been following the Toon a long time. They got upset that they wouldn't, get the opportunity, and somebody that was just became a fan for some reason in America that got that position. They were mad about that. They argue about that. So I don't know how they choose these people, but they chose them. It's gone quiet, really. It's gone quiet. It used to be a big thing a year ago or so. Now, nobody's really talking about it anymore. So they also have the Newcastle United Supporters Club, and they got the trust as well. So I think you pay both. So if you need a representation, man, you pay both.
Newcastle United do not have an official supporters club.
No, not Newcastle. I'm not talking about Newcastle. I'm talking about aside independent-wise, you got a Newcastle United Supporters Club, and then you got the Newcastle United Supporters Trust. But looking at the logo, they might be the same person might be behind both. So, but they get their money. So again, if you want to,
I remember when Newcastle United Supporters Club was first formed, and that was when Ashley was revealed to be who he was, basically. So it was when it all kicked off with Keegan, when Kevin Keegan was effectively forced out. And I remember all the protests at the time, and that then led to the NUSC, and they had protests in town, and I met a couple of them. I mean, I thought that the They were canny. I thought they were just passionate fans who obviously wanted to.
That was
get Ashby out.
NUSC, they were not NUST.
Yeah. So that was back in the
Well,
day.
there's two of them.
Back in the day, Newcastle, the independent Newcastle United Supporters Club, used to have a club shop in the Haymarket.
Right.
In the prefabs, where you used to go and buy your badges and your, you name it.
So that went away though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't around when I was
when they
growing
built
up.
the new Haymarket bus station. That went away. When
Yeah.
the Farmers Rest went away. Sad
PDK,
day.
PDK is, come on, man. NUST are after the season tickets that the club have confiscated. Bunch of Karens and Kevins. So, so listen, there's a lot of people thinking this way. But Mighty went too, but he's scared to say it in public. But he thinks it's just
How many times have I got to say it?
it's some people say it's a money grab. I don't know how much they charge, but any of you part of the?
I've got no idea if they make any money out of it. I don't think that's what they're in it for.
Win. It's a trust, man. You better believe you pay these people. Trust me, they're not doing it for the. Look, I'm sure they love the tune, but they ain't doing it for free. I guarantee you.
Was there a reason why? I mean, I haven't looked into this, but obviously it started off as NUSC, and then at some point later down the line, I know then the trust.
It was all political, man. I
was going to say, like, what was the reason?
I want to be top man. No, I want to be top man. No, I want to be the one that goes to the club. No, I want to be the one that goes to the club.
I'm sure one of the reasons, though, was it not the Premier League said that a trust was necessary? Not. Do you know what I mean? They differentiated between, like, they basically said a trust is a particular kind of group that they will recognise. Do you see what I mean? So at some point, we realised we don't have one. So that's when some of the lads then said, well, instead of having NUSC, we'll form a trust, because they are more recognised by the likes of the Premier League, I think. But that's my understanding of it.
Yeah, interesting. But I said something. Don't forget that the club also gives tickets to sponsors. So how do we know they're not selling or giving the tickets away? See, to control this.
If they are paying £7 million a year, I think they're entitled to do it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But there will be somebody that says it should be going to a proper fan. Blah 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 blah. Oh, well, people always complaining, man. Trust me, people always keep complaining. Like DX right now, he ain't said a word about this because he doesn't even care about these damn tickets. He watches it too on this dodgy stick, and he's set. So, what do you got to say about this, by the way?
I'm interested to see what happens with the 103 tickets that they've got.
Oh, you better believe they're not going to put it back in the market.
They've got to. Well, actually, no, they could put them on public sale, I guess, and earn some extra money.
But that's going to make more money. I was watching you guys earlier, Win and Gary. Gary's spot on. You make more money selling them like that. You say that you pay your little season. Yeah, I agree with you that it's money guaranteed, but the money guaranteed ain't enough.
Yeah, match to match.
Ain't enough about season tickets. If you sell them to fans, just double the price. If you're talking about a ticket,
listen, I wouldn't have any objection to them doing that.
Yeah, you would.
But let's have that out in the open.
They're going to price.
Yeah, you would though.
And we aren't issuing any more season tickets, and have an auction for the tickets. Sell them to the highest bidder. Makes perfect sense.
Have they banned those?
No.
Life, or was it just they took their season tickets and they could still attend games?
If right now Newcastle says, I'm letting you guys know, in 5 years we're going to take away how many season tickets are there? Probably 30,000, something like that.
35 at the last count, I think.
35. We're going to take away 15,000 season tickets. I apologize for the inconvenience in the next 3 years. So just be prepared. It could be anybody. We're going to take a certain amount from here, from there, from everybody. So if it's you, it is what it is. You're gonna have to give our money. What if that happens? I guarantee you, people will lose their mind. And quite honestly, I could understand the people being upset. I could understand people, but it is their decision to make. Because what if they say, you said it was 40? You calculated about 40 quid per ticket if you were to sell your season ticket, right? 40 quid per ticket per game, right?
It works out 49.
Sounds like if you just double that I guarantee you, people will still buy them. If you double that, if you 80 quid for a game at St. James's Park, people will buy it. No doubt about it.
I don't know.
52, 52, 36.
It's not an affluent area, though, Chris, is it?
No, you.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Again, listen, I feel heartily sorry for people who haven't got 2 pennies to rub together. I've been there myself. But when you're in that situation,
You can't be thinking about football, man.
you can't be thinking about going to football matches. You've got other priorities. And, you know, whether you like it or not, going to a football match these days is a luxury. It's not a necessity. And you know, I would like a Lamborghini, but I can't afford one.
You could.
So I've just got to do without, and you know, enjoy the people that have got them having them.
Yeah.
It's the same when you hear all the bleating about the price of replica shirts and all that.
Don't buy them.
You exactly, don't buy them.
I actually haven't bought this season. I haven't bought this season's shirts at all because I was protesting for the. I was doing my own protest, by the way. Nobody knew about it really, but I was protesting because of the transfer window, and unfortunately, guess what? The club didn't say, "Oh man, the American mag ain't buying a shirt. What are we gonna do? Let's have a meeting." No, they just fucked off and did whatever they want. So it is. Unfortunately, it's just life, man. The club will move on because there's other numpties that will buy the tickets. You better believe that.
I do think I think the club have got. I would say they do have a moral responsibility to. I mean, what I would say is I totally get what you're saying. It's obviously it's a business, and you're right. I mean, if you're in that situation where you can't afford, I'm the same. I don't buy the shirts because I think the price is ridiculous. I ain't paying Eddie £100 for for a football top. Like I used to get them all the time. Do you know what I mean? But so yeah, I agree. If fans if you can't afford it and if you don't think it's fair value. If it's like PSR in it, but yeah,
the roll-on effect of that, of course, is that if we don't sell the shirts, we don't get the deals, so we don't have the money coming in to enable us to buy the players that we want to see on the pitch and pay the astronomical wages if we want to compete with
but you could
everybody
argue.
else.
But you could argue that these directors are paid a lot of money to find a way around that and to grow the commercial revenue another way if they have to. That's what their job. They're paid to do that. So,
yeah, but if they can find all that other commercial revenue, they can still have their shirts on top of that.
I know that's the way it is. I get that. I mean,
most of the money from the shirts anyway.
What I was going to say before was just to clarify, Chris, is that I agree with all of that. But I think it would be good if the club did have, and they may well do, I don't know, but if they have some kind of scheme to, bear in mind, for example, kids who, like the Dundee thing, it would have been better if it was kids at a school, underprivileged kids, to give them an opportunity, once in a while, just to experience St. James's. I think fans would be all right with that. I'd be okay with that. You know what I mean? If you allocate a small amount of tickets for that kind of thing every now and again, because for all you're saying, I do agree. It's you've got to generate the income. You've got to compete with these other clubs that they price their tickets very high in the shirts and all that. I think you've got to balance that with just bearing in mind that there's other things the club could do just to have one foot in the community, basically.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think that the shirt sale, if Newcastle is dependent in Newcastle to make money, they're knackered because that ain't gonna happen. Eventually, people are gonna start. Well, we already got enough shirts, or not gonna do it. That's why you gotta grow your fan base worldwide. That's why it's key. That's why Manchester United will never be broke, as much as they are. They'll never be broke because they'll keep making money worldwide. You got to get these fans. I think they made 3.3 million in shirt sales. I can't remember where I read that. You think Manchester people living in Manchester are buying Man United shirts and making all sales? No, especially with the we got the advantage that we only got one club in Newcastle, so that might work. And I think when the takeover happened, after Mike Ashley, everything was hunky dory, you know, and any shirts taking us back to the '90s with Adidas and all that. That excitement was amazing. But that's gonna die down pretty soon. You're not gonna be making replicas all the time and expect them. That can't be the game plan on how Newcastle's gonna make money. Tickets, I probably wouldn't even. Tickets are fine. People will buy them, but I don't think that's gonna be. I think it's all about TV revenue and online sales from all over the world. And that's what you're muted when you're muted. And that's why the new CEO is there to do grow us worldwide.
But our Adidas deal is it can get to now 40 million. Man United 70 million. Man City 100 million. You know, if they are going to be paying that sort of money, then that money only comes from one place, and that's the people buying the shirts. So the price has got to reflect what they are paying for the privilege of providing those shirts. Whether you like it or not, you know, all I would say is there are other brands are available.
Well, especially what about what we talk about the tickets and people reselling them online and stuff. What about the shirts? What about the shirts? Because that's actually a bigger market and could be more impactful. They could be more impactful. But what about the dodgy shirts that people buy?
That's what
people
I'm
buy
talking
dodgy
about.
shirts. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot cheaper. And they look just the same. Trust me. I actually have a shirt that somebody sent me. You know, it's one of the viewers. It's a dodgy one. He tried to play me, but he couldn't.
What's his name?
But it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
They advertise openly. They advertise openly on the internet.
I mean, if you go to other
All
countries
over
like
the
Asia,
place.
in Asia, I don't know in the UK you
And
might
they're like
actually.
12 quid.
Yeah, China.
Hey, listen, if you're in Asia, for example, you better believe it. It'll be there. It'll take a little longer, but you're going to get your shirt
It takes a while to get here, but you can get the number on and try and tell the difference.
They even got the player version. They got the player version like the club does. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, man. But that to me, that's a bigger issue than tickets, quite honestly. Because we're talking about the Dundee tickets. What are we talking about? 40 tickets?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Shirts, millions on top of millions. In Asia, £6 for a shirt. We're not going to throw him under the bus, but our own Dom, he got the shirts before we even saw them.
Love it.
So I don't know. What were you going to say, Dom?
I was just going to say that,
not this Dom, by the way, the other Dom.
Yeah, thank you. No, I was going to say I'm not sure how much of the actual shirt deals go straight into the coffers though, because I'm sure that Adidas takes a cut. I'm sure I was reading that they pay the money, the 40 million, that's guaranteed, and then it's, everything else just filters back to them, really, doesn't it? Or maybe we get 1%.
No, it's Newcastle get a percentage of
a very small percentage.
They get the 40 million plus they get I think
1%.
I think it's 12%.
Oh, 12%. Okay, 12%.
I think it's 12% of shirt sales.
But I'm not sure.
And it's more. It's something like it might even be as high as 40% for anything that's sold in the club shop.
40%. Wow. Okay, that's high. And DHK obviously £12. I can see the temptation. Instead of 100, you got Roy buying 4 shirts for 500 quid. It's like. Big investment every year.
I mean, it's quite an investment every year, exactly. So there's a lot of ways. But I'm not sure how it's going to be fixed. These things, though, the shirt thing has been going on for decades, man. I don't know how to fix it. How do you fix it? I mean, you should be able to copyright shirts. You should be able to.
Well, they are copyrighted.
Yeah, but I mean, how do they do it? Like, you can go any place online in the UK right now and get shirts, replicas. In America as well.
Was when they brought out the legacy shirts or the classic shirts, when they brought out a limited run of the 95, 96 shirts and stuff, and they sold in 10 minutes or whatever, or not very long anyway. So I think maybe that's the way they go for it. They bring back all the old shirts and start selling those off.
It's interesting here from Gavin. Says Adidas deal with Liverpool is worth more than 60 million per season guaranteed revenue plus add-ons and shirt sales. So for Newcastle, it's like 20 million.
25.
No, it's 40. I think.
Oh, it's 40. Okay, that's decent. That's decent.
It was 25. I think it went up to 40.
Okay,
but that had to do with getting in the Champions League as well.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's interesting. By the way, Rano says 1-0 Toon win.
I've got it. I'm just banging it in.
So we shall see. Don't forget, tomorrow we got the live match 1 hour before kickoff on the Newcastle United versus Bradford City game. So let's talk about that a little bit. What do you guys think of tomorrow's game?
I have to see it.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Let's go.
Right.
Win.
Cheers.
By the way,
Cheers.
I'll see you later.
Earworm.
Earworm, that's it. Aye. That's North Star. It's an earworm.
North Star. There you go, man. Cheers. Appreciate it. Have a good one, mate.
Cheers.
So, Bradford City, Newcastle. What are we thinking as far as tomorrow's game? Are we going to rotate? Is Bruno not playing? What is going to happen tomorrow, according to you? What is the expectations? I would assume this is our cup. We need to defend it.
Yeah, I think this should be looked on as the perfect match to have, because we've not obviously scored the goals we want to score this season. Too many games that we've not got on the score sheet, and I think if we were to win this game comfortably and get 3 or 4 goals, for me that would be the perfect tonic. You would have thought for any group of players who want to then go into the next match in the Premier League, confidence sky high, banged in a few goals. You'd rather go into the next Premier League match with that, just coming off the back of that, than
except that it won't be the same players going into the next match, will it?
Some. You'd like to think some. Do you know what I mean? I know. I get that. Obviously, they are going to rotate, but
if Asula goes out and gets a hat trick tomorrow, and whoever he puts in, they score bundles.
Do you know what?
The reason they're playing tomorrow is because they're not playing on Saturday.
I think he'll make some.
No, I think it's a chance, though, isn't it? It's a chance for some of them to stake the claim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eddie Howe likes to, in sort of like recent form, Eddie Howe likes to reward that. So. Obviously, I agree. He's going to rotate. Some players going to come in and probably taken out, guaranteed. But I think there's a chance.
So, do you seriously think, for example, if Asula comes in tomorrow and scores a hat trick, that he's going to be starting against Arsenal?
No, Valdemar will start. But if Asula comes off the bench, you'd rather him coming off the bench. Sky high full of confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right there.
Then so it can only help. I think there's players. I mean, I don't know who's going in midfield who's going to get a run out, but we've mentioned Miley before, and like it was said on the previous show. With Miley, if he is to play this season in the Premier League, then he needs to get it back into his stride, and games like this can just help. Inject that bit of confidence to get that winning mentality back, regardless who it's against. So, I just think they should be looking at this game as a chance to get, like I say, get back in the stride, get a bit of confidence before the Arsenal match, and try and dominate basically.
But I don't think it's going to be that simple. I think it might be a 1-goal victory or something. I remember the AFC Wimbledon game last year. We put out quite a strong team. And we were at home, and it was a 5-finger stinker. It was an awful game, and we ended up winning with a penalty, didn't we? A controversial penalty. So I just don't think these guys are going to roll over like that, especially if we're putting out a few of the backup players. I think Willock will probably get another game, and Miley and people like that. You've got to pick at least one of Joe Linton, Tonali, or Bruno. I think you can't keep them all out. So one of those three has to play. Barnes will probably start. I would think they'll try and get him into some form, and I don't know. It's just maybe Gordon up front or Asula.
I mean, Elanga might
Gordon's
start.
definitely got to play. Surely get some minutes in his legs.
Yeah, Elanga should start.
No,
as well.
Gordon. Yeah, well, I think Gordon and Elanga.
Well, Gordon needs to play. Yeah.
This is what I mean. I mean, if you've got the likes of Gordon and Elanga coming in, they need to start hitting form.
Yeah.
So again, it's a chance for them to get in the stride before the Arsenal match, and then come Arsenal, hopefully they'll be a bit more confident, in doing some damage. So, yeah, I'd like to see Elanga play right wing.
What about a few wild cards, like the Korean lad? He might be on the bench or something, maybe.
Well, he can't even get a game for the juniors, no, for the under-21s. No.
Maybe.
Well, no, but maybe that's why, though. Maybe that's why.
Neve,
because he's going to play.
Well, no, because he was dropped because his form was poor.
Well, it says who?
Says the under-21 coach.
What? That's what he said? He's a numpty, so we're not playing him? Is that what he said?
Well, obviously not, but he didn't pick him for 3 games, so... He didn't not pick him for 3 games, so he could go on the bench against Arsenal.
Well, okay, so I'm talking about Bradford.
If there was any thought about him going on the bench, well, even against Bradford, he would have been playing for the U21s.
Yeah, I was talking about the Bradford City game more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's.
I would love to see him. I mean, he was, if you like that, the one and only highlight of pre-season for me.
Ramsdale.
Well, I don't think he's
Ramsdale's got to start.
He's got to, yeah. And I think it's a weird one with Ramsdale because what happens if he doesn't play in this loan spell very much? Then
what's the point?
Then he'll probably want to go back to Southampton, won't he, if that happens? So, yeah, it's a tough one because Pope's playing really well, so I don't think you can leave him out. I think Dan Burns
against Bradford City. Yeah, you can leave him out.
No, I mean you can't leave him out of the other games, the big games.
Oh, the other ones, yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's all about whether Eddie Howe. I mean, Eddie Howe thinks he's better than that. If he brought him in to just be a bench player, then I guess it is what it is. When you could have just kept Blackademus, so what's the point? You weren't paying Blackademus this amount of money, so I don't know the point. But if he brought him in just saying that he thinks he's better, he'll get his chance, then he needs to give him a chance.
I don't know.
He's got to play tomorrow. How are you?
He's competition, isn't he? Like Dubravka was. He's just a competition player. But yeah, I think I would rest Dan Burn. I just think he's played every game. Give the guy a rest. So Chow and Botman, I'd like to see how they play together for 90 minutes. Well, not 90, an hour for Botman. Take him off and put Kraft in or something. Yeah, there's a lot of juggling to be done. It's a tough one.
Well, Kim's asking, are we going to defend our cup with Miley? I mean, it's the beginning of the cup too.
Who did we
you've
pick
got to rotate. You've got to rotate. But I don't think Ramsdale. I don't think is bad. You're gonna have Chiao and Botman. Those are not bad. I don't think that's a drop off at all.
Right back.
Or you put Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall needs on the left.
Lewis Hall needs minutes.
Needs minutes. You put Kraft on the right. That's not going to be a problem.
Kraft on the right. What about Ashby?
No thanks.
Well, I'm not sure. But midfield is the problem though, because you're going to have to put somebody that's good. So now you play Tonali against Bournemouth. So what are you going to do now? You got to rest him. Unless Tonali's going to play every game.
Miley, Willock, and Bruno. How about that?
Well, you're going to have to play Bruno. But then again, Bruno's going to play against Arsenal with just a few days of rest. That was my issue. That's why I think he should have played against Bournemouth and not against Bradford City.
With less rest.
But he's fatigued. That's what Eddie said.
Well, okay, so in Eddie's press conference, and it was interesting that he said we get the figures, because obviously, the players are all mic'd up, so to speak. They've got all that biometric information, and he said he was dying of death towards the end of the Wolves game, he was dying of death towards the end of the Barcelona game. Said we've got to rest him.
Well, but you know, 'cause Waldo says Botman won't play 3 games in a week. Well, that's
He says
exactly.
he said we've seen the numbers.
Botman can't play.
He's not. Botman's not going to play. That's why I don't think Botman or Malik is going to play again. Are going to play against Arsenal,
No, but
unless Shaw's not ready.
Shaw's not in, is he? He's missing 4 games.
4 games.
That's what I read. He'll miss 3 more games.
What the hell did he do? He just took a shot to the head, man. I took those many times, and I was
I think he has
growing
to
up.
take 14 days you have to take, is it, or something?
But yeah, that could be. You know, but
Yeah,
I think Chow will do it. I think Chow will do all right. I don't think there's an issue. Chow is fit, young. For 1 minute do I want to hear the argument that Lascelles needs to come in.
He will.
So
Lascelles will be on the bench.
well, that's fine, but you know, I don't. But Malik needs game time as well.
Well, I suppose
Yeah.
the other argument would be if you rested Chow and Burton, then they're fresh for the Arsenal game. Then you're playing Botman and Lascelles together, so I don't know about that.
Jody Bootboy has confirmed he will miss the next few games for Newcastle.
Yeah, he's going to miss
after he
them,
suffered a head
Oh, a
injury
few.
against Barcelona.
Okay, so he's definitely going to miss against Arsenal. Not going to play against Arsenal. So you think Chow might play?
There's
So
12 days due to concussion protocols.
But I think Malik needs game time to get acclimated to what the defense needs. So I think he definitely needs to play the next 2 games. I mean, it is what it is, man. You're supposed to be
So
fit.
you would pick him ahead of Botman if it's between the two for Arsenal.
Well, but yeah. I wouldn't play Botman 3 times. I mean, I guess you could say Malik tomorrow and Botman on the weekend.
No, I suppose you're right. Botman's a bit fragile, isn't he? You can't really throw him in 3
Yeah.
times.
So that's going to be. But the main issue is how do we score? It's not how, you know, because we can score.
Were you in when
defend.
we had the wit in the comments?
The wit.
Which, you know, Botman's like a Rolls Royce.
Always in the
Rolls Royce
garage.
stay in the garage.
Yeah. That's right.
He's a Woodgate.
But is Voldemort going to play? Is Voldemort playing tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's
But if he needs game time,
There is
you
an
can
argument.
only get fit by playing, man.
If he scored a couple of goals tomorrow, that would really boost his confidence even more, wouldn't it? So maybe they'll play him for an hour, but he can't do 90 minutes, can he, at the moment? Maybe he needs to play an hour.
No, he wouldn't do 90 minutes. So
I don't think
Sula-
he'll play. I don't think he'll start Valdemir.
So Sula starting.
I would say so.
If he doesn't start, then Osula he'll resign his wages. If he put listen, don't put it past him. What if he puts Gordon up front? It's happened.
I hope
It's happened.
I mean, Gordon said a strange thing, didn't he? He said he sees himself playing through the middle as his career progresses. I don't see that at all. I just think he's too weak. He can't hold the ball up. He's quick, but he can't. Yeah, it negates all of his good qualities when he plays through the middle.
Yeah, I think
he's not clinical.
you lose out in both departments. You cannot strike, and you miss what he gives you on the wings. It's weird.
I mean, if that had been Visser against Barcelona,
All I'm saying, man, you got to pick your poison. You got to pick your poison.
it's not good.
Just let it be known, man. What is Osula going to do? What do you need him for? Or maybe this is what Eddie Howe is saying, that we don't need him. And
By the way, here's breaking news. Burnley have been beaten at home in the Carabao Cup tonight off Cardiff City. Cardiff City, away from home, who Bradford City beat at Ninian Park, or some of that stadium now, but anyway, they beat Cardiff at home last weekend 3-1. So the team that Bradford beat 3-1 have just gone to Burnley and beat them 2-1.
The shocks of the cup.
The shocks of the cup, but also, you know, how good are this Bradford City side?
Yeah, no, they're a decent side.
You can say they're all good all you want to. That ain't gonna make them better than us. So you got to go out there and get
We got to get the W. W's in the
I
chat.
mean, I don't care how you paint it. If we get beat tomorrow, it's not good. It's not good at all. And it should be taken a look at seriously. I'm not saying sack the manager,
And
but
the biggest look I take is that we are not yet a big enough club to be sort of discarding the main Carabao Cup.
The only numpty that said that was Arteta, and he's a numpty. But no club does that. Man City want to win everything. They want same as Liverpool out there.
Well, they all had their
they want. Well, just like we're going to do. Doesn't mean that we don't want to win the tournament. If you put Liverpool in the final, it's not like last year Liverpool couldn't care less if they won or not, and they let us win to be nice. No, that's not the case at all. They want to win it, man. The trophy's a trophy. But yeah, I mean, if you're really looking at priorities, if you got the Champions League final and then the Carabao Cup final, then obviously you're gonna probably rest some players for the Champions League final. But it's just how the cookie crumbles. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. What are your predictions, though, guys? What do you make it? What do you think? Would it ever go to penalties? Man, oh man, my oh my.
I have to admit, I mean, yeah, I'm not screwed up with how, with Bradford City. I ain't watched Bradford City in years, so I've got no idea exactly how good they are or how bad they are. I don't know, but obviously Newcastle should have enough, and we should have enough even by rotating players. It's like I said earlier, it's a chance for players to stake their claim. So I'll go for I'll be optimistic and I'll go for a 3-0 win. Get the job done.
I said 4-0, I think, or 5-0. 1 or 2.
Hopefully.
DX?
I'm thinking either 2-0 or 2-1. Maybe 2-0. I don't think it's going to be a battering by any means. I think we'll just cruise through fairly comfortably.
Yeah.
A goal for, let's think, Elanga. I'm going to say Elanga will score the first goal.
Well, that'll do him a lot of good if you can get off the mark.
Yeah,
then fingers crossed. All right.
Elanga or I don't know. Botman doesn't play, but if he does, him scoring would be great for him. But Elanga, yeah, I do agree. Elanga needs some goals and some confidence. You can say Gordon would need the same thing right now.
True.
Or Barnes maybe if he comes on. That could be. Well, Barnes might start actually. I don't know. Well, no, but Gordon.
Could Barnes start in the centre of midfield? Try something different.
No, there's more chances of Barnes on the left and Gordon back up front again.
Yeah, there is that.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. By the way, Tim Krul has.
Go on.
No, go on the prediction.
I've gone 3-0 in the prediction league, but
3-0.
That could change when I see the lineup, and it could change to 5-0 or 1-0.
Sounds like you're hedging your bets here.
Well, I'll see what the lineup is when it comes out. At the minute, I've gone 3-0.
Tim Krul has retired, ladies and gents. Has retired. Former Newcastle United goalkeeper. Has called it. Has hung his boots, and played for Newcastle. Did play for Netherlands for a long time. He played for Netherlands for a long time. He almost got through semifinals in the World Cup.
So famously, they put him on for the penalty shootout.
Yeah. They did, yeah, that's right. They did, famously. Play for Newcastle. Who does he play for? That's a proper club.
He's been around.
Went to
Brighton, Norwich.
Yeah, but I'm talking about proper club, man.
Ten Hag, was it? Or Den Haag or something?
Yeah,
Did he go to Villa? I think he might have went to Villa.
He may have went to Villa, I think. I have that in my mind. Maybe so.
He did.
Maybe. No, he didn't. I don't know. Either way, we shall be back tomorrow, of course, an hour before kickoff, ladies and gents. And we shall bring you the latest, of course, in the build-up of the match tomorrow. So support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button. We'll be back tomorrow again. And yeah, go at it again, lads. Thank you very much, Peter, DX, Mighty Win, for joining us. We shall be back at it tomorrow for the match. Hopefully we win. Hopefully there's no issues. But if there is, we'll be here no matter what. Instant match reaction tomorrow. You can come on, have your say, either to be joyous or doomsday.
We'll be joyous. We'll be joyous.
Gotta be.
And I would like to see some of the happy clappers show off their faces as well when we don't play good.
If we scrape through 1-0, we'll be joyous. We'll be happy to be in the draw, but
yeah, I think
is the draw tomorrow night as well? I think it is, isn't it?
I think so. After the Arsenal game, so we'll be live. We'll be live definitely for that. Anyways, lads, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much in the chat for helping us out here. And we'll be back again.
A good point there about Tim Krul, Channel 5.
The Tim Krul debut against Palermo on Channel 5.
I remember that. He's right. It was an amazing debut against Palermo. 16, wasn't he? 17?
I think he was 17, yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
I remember that.
There you go. All right, then. We will see you all tomorrow, lads. Thank you very much. Hit the likes on your way out. And thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
The lads. Lasses and bands.
That's right.